a place where you can run free. Time does not exist. Take a chance when the road before us falls under our face. I can't hold on, I can't remain so strong. We have the same old bond, but everything is wrong. My love is gone, but I've been born. I can make it on my own. a place where you can run free. Time does not exist. Take a chance when the road before us falls under our face. I can't hold on, I can't remain so strong. We have the same old bond, but everything is wrong. My love is gone, but I've been born. I can't make it on my own.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to day 2 of Cloudy's Tournament Season 3 live right now. I'm Grammy, and joining me today is once again the one and only Colden. How are you feeling?
Yeah, I'm super excited for another day of more cloudy tournament action. We've had a jam-packed day yesterday with a couple of good games on the stream, but this is where where everything comes into fruition. It is the last day of groups. We're going to see the last few teams qualify to the next stage of the tournament. And speaking of the games today, we will first have on our table JKJ up against Godflick, up in a best of 3. And the winner of this will go on to the lower finals to see or give themselves a chance to play one more best of 3 to qualify themselves for the playoffs. But of course, none of this would have been possible without our sponsors, of course, Computer Arena, PC Shop, where you can buy your PCs and your peripherals. So, yeah, excited to see what comes in for us today, Grammy.
Yeah, definitely. So the winner does move on to have a chance to qualify to the playoffs, right? But the loser of this will get knocked out. Unfortunately, there's no more lower bracket under the lower bracket itself. So stakes are really high for these two teams right now. And speaking of these teams, let's take a look at the brackets real quick here.
Look at all these teams that have gone through the ringer. Of course, the upper brackets, right? We've done them yesterday. Our 4 teams that already have qualified, of course, Rain Esports, yeah, Yaska DJK, AG Esports, and Gamer Boy. And in the lower brackets, a tough battle for all these teams to stand a chance to qualify themselves for the next stage. Of course, as we mentioned, right, in Group A, lower brackets, we're going to watch that match here today. But yeah, we will be having a best of 3. Of course, the maps are going to be, if not mistaken, Breeze, Ascent, and Bind. So JKJ will be starting out on the defensive side first. But yeah, Breeze, it's a map that we don't see too often, especially as the very first map, right? Not a lot of teams kind of lean into that sort of map, but seems like, well, I'm pretty sure it's Godflick that picked this site. Either, or it could have been, honestly, it could have been either. I'm not too sure on the exact
I
thing,
have no
because
clue.
Breezes can be kind of an attack-sided map, right? There are teams that prefer to start on the attack side. It's one of those maps in the Valorant pool right now that kind of leans itself to a bit more attack-sided. Most maps, defender side. But this one, you can really, stretch your lead further into an advantage on the attacking side if you start off there first. But of course, once again, shout out to all the watch party streamers who are watching the Cloudy tournament. And if I'm not mistaken, we do have a bit of player introduction that we have in store for you guys as well. We will be looking at JKJ first. But I mean, yeah, of course, these 3 maps, if we go all the distance, Bind is the final one, and Ascent will be the second one for sure. Of course, Ascent, I've seen a lot of it in previous tournaments, and it's a household name. But yeah, Grammys, what do you think about the map so far we have today?
I'm honestly really excited for Breeze. Personally, Breeze is one of my favorite maps along with Fracture and Pearl. Like, even though people might say like, oh, this is a bad map, but I find it really fun because of all the long angles. I think it really bangs not only on the team play, the strategies that you have, but also on your aim, which I really enjoy. And for Ascent, I think we all know that Ascent is very, very defender sided, right?
Yeah, of course, this map is, I think, taken over the mantle of the defender-sided map in the entire map pool after Split was taken out and replaced by Pearl. But it'll be interesting to see how these teams want to approach these 2 maps, right? Pearl, I mean, if you have a very strong attacking side on Breeze, you can really stretch your lead into the map of Ascent as well, right? Momentum is a big key factor in a game such as Valorant, which is very momentum-based, very confidence-based, and as you mentioned, right, it's very aim heavy on the map of Breeze. So I'm expecting some interesting and aggressive plays right out of the out of the gate coming in from both teams. And sometimes, right, you do feel like you have the better aim. You want to take it into a larger aim map such as Breeze. So it's gonna be a really, really sloggy battle, I would say. Especially looking at the games we had yesterday, there were so many eco rounds, so many close 1v1s, so many clutch rounds as well. So, I mean, the Cambodia region just filled with amazing talent, and it's honestly a bit of a. It's not sad, I would say, but it's. I'm very hopeful that perhaps we can see some of these players playing in the VCT circuit as well, because we've seen just heroic plays after heroic plays yesterday. But yeah, excited to see what we have in store for Breeze.
Yeah, I mean, definitely a lot of young talent out here in the Cambodia region itself. And as you mentioned, I really want to see them eventually play onto the VCT main stage as well. But speaking of these players, I think we're gonna go into a bit of player introduction here. Godflick up first. It is gonna be Master, Stack, Soru, Box, as well as nobody up here. And I think looking at these players, I'm really excited to see what they have in store for us.
Yeah, interesting names. Of course, we have unique aliases all around the globe, but Cambodia, not short of it as well. Nobody knows. An interesting one. And yeah, this team, I'm pretty sure they are quite close friends with the side of JKJ. So it's gonna be a little bit of mind games in the heads of all these players. Of course, this is the JKJ roster. We have Blah Blah, Fenzos, Tino, Chillout, and Chi. So these two teams familiar with each other, and we've seen a lot of, well, teams that know each other in other Valorant game, like Valorant series as well, right? Where you know your opponents, you know how their tendencies are gonna be, you know some of their strats, and so what this leads to is usually very, very close games and very, very hard fought games, because it's always going to go back and forth. You have reads upon your friends, you think you know what they're gonna do next, and they think that they know it too. So it's a slogfest to say the least, and I'm excited to see that. Excited to have a very close match coming in on this series as well. But yeah, I mean, looking at Breeze, right? I want to take a little bit of a dive towards the agents that we can potentially see on Breeze, because there are a couple of standard agents, you know, Chamber, Jet, Viper, those kind of agents that are quite popular on Breeze. But is there any agent, Grammy, that you think we may see today that may not be too of a meta pick?
You know what? I'm just gonna put this out there. I wanna see a Reina. Like after the
Okay,
Lear has been buffed, I feel
that's
like Reina is
true.
a bit more viable now, and I really wanna see a Reina. Okay, I see blah blah actually already hovering it. I'm very excited to say the least. And of course, we have your staple picks, the Viper, the Chamber, really good for those long angles, the Jet, giving you that aggression that you're able to get onto the site itself, and Sova for information on the side
Wow.
of Godflick already. Oh, okay, the Reina being locked in. Some exciting stuff we got up for here. Double duelist on the side of JKJ.
I mean, essentially triple if you count the chamber play style. It's very, very heads up play, aim, centric agents. Right? There's not a lot of utility. If you look on the side of JKJ, you essentially only really have Sova and Viper for a full belt of utility. The rest of the agents, pretty self-sustaining and a bit so-called selfish, right? Your only team abilities on the last three agents is essentially a flash from Reyna, right, to help you guys get into the site itself. But as you mentioned, right, the Lear has unlimited range now, and that was one of the drawbacks of the map of Breeze previously for Reyna, right? If you, for example, flash out of A main, you could have an op that's playing towards yellow that can easily just shoot your teammates out, even though the Lear is in their field of view is just a bit too short. But now with that buff coming in, I'm excited to see how this will go, because I've really never seen a Reyna played with this buff on this patch, on this map.
Yes, there's a first for everything, and we're gonna see how they play it out here. I think on the other side, though, Godflick, they are opting for a more utility-based composition with the KO into the Sova. They will have quite a bit of information gained from that Sova itself, and the KO is really good for suppressing any utility that these players on the side of JKJ might have, like the Viper utility or even Chamber and Reyna. Because if you take away a Reyna's utility, she's essentially nothing. She doesn't have the sustain ability any longer, and I think that could come into play here.
Yeah, of course, jumping straight into the pistol rounds. JKJ starting on defense. Godflick attack the site.
Oh, okay. Already we see an A split coming in. Master picking up the first 2 kills as the trades come through. It is JKJ who are winning out these aim duels in the pistol round itself though. Nobody's last one alive. Shots not really connecting, that one does. Let's find one in the form of... Yeah, that's about all he can get as Naga is going to take him down. So JKJ picking up the pistol round. Good start from them to try and secure this map here.
Yeah, I mean, it was a very interesting strat, a very creative one, right? They went for an A split immediately. A full rush through halls opens up the door, and they tried to attack the side itself. Unfortunately, the trades just did not go in their favor whatsoever. A little bit disjointed, and assisted by the utility that was present on the defensive side. It was able to stall out the pushes just long enough for them to take up the duels in their favor. So into the second round, they will just opt for a bit of an eco one, right? Not too many weapons picked up, just pistols. They get a spike planted. They can go for a couple of picks. It'll be fantastic to set them up for the next few rounds.
Careful here.
Yeah, true. The spike not going down didn't really give them that extra 300 credits to play with coming to this, so they are going to go on a full save here. So all they're trying to do is try and damage the economy of JKJ here, try and get a couple of these weapons off their hands, but I don't think JKJ, they know this. They don't really want to let any of their weapons fall into the hands of their opponents here.
Oh, a fantastic pop flash actually pushes them off the angle a bit. Information garnered, right? Okay, fantastic job. Blah blah. Now takes control of mid, knows that the position should be clear for now. The spike still not committed just yet, and actually a decent amount of information garnered for the side of Godflick. They can just converge and attack the site itself. It's just one player on the site. Benzos with the Marshal with a couple of shots, and Master is God actually catches on to Grey Naga in the meantime. So things could get really dicey for Benzos if he's not too careful. There's a couple of players jumping right around the corner, and they do take him down. I think the spike will go down as well. A retake has to be called for. It's 3v2. There's one player towards yellow, and he can't assist his teammate in time. Nobody knows. Has to go absolutely huge, but he will not find a single more kill. And the cleanup crew is here to take home the second round.
Yeah, blah blah coming in with that flank from the back, able to take down Zach just before he's able to get his spike down. But coming to this next round, the side of Godfrey, they're gonna have full buys all across the board. We see the Vandals, and I think this is something that comes into like contention a lot. The Vandal versus the Phantom, and I want to hear your opinion on it, especially on Breeze.
Ooh, I think certain maps really do lean into the one-tap potential. I think a Vandal on a Breeze is such a dangerous prospect, but what else is a dangerous prospect? This mid-split coming in towards the A side itself. Plapa goes down together with Grey Ninja. And Fenzor's nothing else to do, caught on his reload. And it's a flawless execute onto the A side. They did a split through halls, and this time it's through the mid doors, and the timing was just perfectly done. The defender has just absolutely no chance to find anything else in the round. Chill Out finds a kill, but tries to duck below the bullets. Unfortunately, just a little bit too tall for his liking, and she begins the world 1v4.
Okay.
Catches Ju, 30 HP left, but the double stack on top of the stairs position will catch him off guard. And what started off as a essentially flawless round ended up in quite a bit of economic damage.
Yeah, I think that's definitely what JKJ was looking for right there. Just trying to get those rifles off the hands of Godflick here. But it seems like their economy isn't doing the best as well. We see Fenzo is actually opting for the Sheriff this time around, and Naga with that Headhunter. So this is pretty interesting, right? Because did they buy the previous round? What happened?
I think
happened?
one or two of them bought, and that's the reason why two
wow.
of them are now strapped for a bit of cash. Master, though, again, finds a kill onto his counter chamber, and we've seen this from Godflick. They have fantastic executes towards the A side, 2 rounds already, just in the 3 rounds we saw, and the other playstyle is a very passive, slow map control, creep up towards mid, and it's working decently so far. I mean, look at the map control they've garnered. They've essentially noted that nobody's pushed either extremities of the map. They have quite a bit of mid control. And now they can just get their forces together and execute onto the side itself. They have a bunch of utility, as one agent essentially more than side of the defense, and they've loved this mid split coming in, and it's gonna be the same one again. No cheat, caught out with his recon dart. Benzos goes down without a simple frag as well. Blah blah tries to find one, but nothing to write home about. It's a 4v1 retake. Chill out. It's caught out. Nothing else to report home about.
Cooling down.
Almost flawless round coming through for the side of Godflick right there. I mean, they're just showing the importance of having map control, right? You
Yep.
are, especially on such a large map like Breeze, if you have control of mid, that essentially forces the defenders to have to go through the long rotation from the CT side, and usually when you are executing onto the site itself, it's not enough. There's not enough time for your teammates to come in with the cavalry to rotate over and be able to support you in time, and especially with the lack of utility that the side of the defenders have, JKJ, they do have the Reyna, they do have the Jet, but these two agents rely on aggression, and especially the Chamber as well.
To the side itself, Grey Naga completely flashed out. It's the utility battles. And so far, the frags, including the frags, right? Not just the utility, everything is just falling into the hands. Godflick. I mean, what a fantastic counter to this eco round so far. As long as they don't give away too many more kills, yeah, blah blah. Last one standing again in a 1v4. The attacks, the executes have been so clean the last 3 rounds. Like, forget the first 2. They were on the pistol round as well as the eco. They've done a fantastic job to stabilize and find themselves now in a lead, 3-2.
And there was an eco run coming in from JKJ. Now they are gonna be able to buy up their rifles here coming into this next round itself, but Master though, he does have the tour de force which could come into play, but I don't think he will opt for it this time around. I think what JKJ need to switch up a bit is try and gather a little bit more information, especially on the defending side, especially when you have agents like Jet, Chamber, Reyna, that you can get first fights and get out quick. I think that's really what you want to see on this defense here.
Slow round coming in this time. Look at the ults. Right, you have the Viper Spear, you have the Hunter's Fury. Great defensive ults that you can stall the plant out, control a portion of the map. They're not going to use it just yet. But do keep in mind that could be a swing factor into the next few seconds of this round. Of course, again, slow take of the mid portion of the map. Decently done. I mean, so far it's been working well for them, and if it's not broken, why fix it? Just keep doing what you're doing. And the defense, they're playing really passive, right? Looking at a duelist composition, Reyna and Jet, you really want to take aggressive duels, because if you're gonna get flood upon, it's very, very difficult because you don't have enough utility to buy yourself enough time, buy yourself enough advantageous situations, and it's gonna be an ace split coming in yet again.
This time around, the Owl Drone able to clear out the position of Blah Blah though. So just 2 players left on the side, left to fend with themselves. Nobody already picking up the first. Gives them a lot more space to work with Benzos. Tries to do what he can, but Naga is the one who picks up 3, in fact. Finally gets shut down by Zach. And there, all to chill out once again. Oh. The updraft! Oh my gosh!
Chill out has gotta relax a little bit, live up to his name. Sometimes when you see a Jet just jumping around like that, those are the hardest shots to hit. Difficult to predict. The spray of the Vandal, not the best gun for the job. But I mean, regardless, it was still pretty convincing coming in from Godflick. It's mid control after brilliantly done split executes on site itself. The A split has been a terror for JKJ. They can't find an answer whatsoever.
This time around, they're actually opting to go towards B instead off the back of this null command. As well as the toxic screen execute already coming in from Zach once again. First onto the side. Players of JKJ not really giving up their positions as of yet. 103 utilized, but Blah picks up 2 in the midst of things. Naga still at the back of sight. Has to put a force to work with, but Stack fires right back. Master. There's Lurk picks up one. It's down to a 2v2 once again.
Do you know where the last two
One
players are?
enemy remaining.
Yeah, Master finds the first one. There's just one player remaining. It's the Tour de Force. It's a very awkward duel coming up on the heads-up play coming from Grey and Naga, but Aztec good enough to convert the round. It looked very dire, especially when Blah Blah just suddenly had 2 frags, bringing down the B main position. And I like the idea coming from the side of Godflick, right? They heard the Tour de Force being popped. So what's a great counter to that? Just take away that weapon completely. No command used. He had nothing but a classic, had to hide at the back of the B site. But his presence, just surviving, right? The fact that he just survived there for so long bought them enough time for the retake to come in, and they had that advantageous 5v3. But because they were a bit lackadaisical, they weren't watching the angles good enough. They were able to be taken out one by one. And speaking of one by one, now that's your smoker gone, picked out, and denied of this round.
It's a really important frag. The first blood essentially claimed
Yeah,
by
mid control. Now Ghana. Oh, you gotta be careful. No, Lava just walks down. They don't even realize. Taking so much liberties.
Oh no. Box and Master flip it around though. Once again 3v3. Master even picks up 2.
He's on A.
Oh. He's completely wide open right now. The spike is still nowhere near sight, but I think these players of JKJ, they might have an inkling as to where the
This is
rest
interesting.
of these
Look at the
players are.
spike, but look at where the majority of the players are. But this is going to be very, very risky, especially if Master goes down without a single frag. Grey Naga now. I think they definitely think it's the A fight, but
30 seconds
the
left.
Jet by himself, it's going to be very awkward. And
Spike
oh, as that
planted.
get caught out, they know where exactly he is. The Viper's going all the way to B. It's 2 isolated 1v1s. Whoever wins these is going to win up the round. Aztec relieves pressure. Now it's just chill out. It's going to be a 1v1 on the B side itself. And Box has a fantastic off angle. And it will catch out the last remaining player. So it was another very, very interesting mid-round call. But Godflick, what they've done was kind of an ingenious move. It was very, very reliant on those individual 1v1s. But if it works out, it just pays out in so much dividends.
I think Godflick right now, they're really feeling the confidence brewing in them, in their aim especially. And they're really confident in taking these 1v1s as you essentially saw just now, Box just clutching up the round for his team. And this time around, JKJ once again forced back into a backseat eco round. And he executes
spin again.
already coming in. This is so fast coming in from the side of JKJ. But I mean, JKJ, they respond back with 103 and a Sheriff kill. Nobody though. Picks up 2 and Box is already in such an advanced position.
I think the drone spotted him out as well. So Box here could definitely be the backstab that they need, and the Viper's Pit's gonna bait them in. Not gonna check these close angles. Go through on the reload, and it doesn't even matter. Sidesteps Sheriff of Chi and takes him down. It's 7-2. It's a flawless round after the first 2. And yeah, JKJ just cannot find their groove whatsoever. I mean, they went for that early mid aggression, right? Blah blah, fantastically done. He took control of so much positioning of the map itself, and I think they need to do something like that in the coming few rounds. It's too dangerous to let Godflake just creep up, take so much map control, and then execute with such precision. You just can't let them set up and play their game.
Yeah, I mean, Godflake's executes have been nothing short of beautiful right now. Already taking this space in mid. The person that is disadvantaged right now is gonna be Godflake though. Box is gonna get tagged up and nobody. Yeah, 1v1's coming in from Blah Blah here. Nothing much gained so far. Comes back down to a stalemate, but Naga from up above able to finish off the kill onto Box. Chill out good for 1 as well, and she already advanced position. The shot is gonna connect first, but he finds 2 finally, and it's all up to Master. Sure, he does have the space towards the A side, but with 4 players and a spike not in his control at all. He has to find these 1v1 duels. He's able to isolate the first, but he's gonna get spotted out by this hours gone here and tagged down by his counterpart Naga as well. And finally, JKJ find their footing in this defending half.
A single round. And what did they do to accomplish that, right? You saw how aggressive they all decided to play. They were like, guys, whatever we're doing, playing passively crossfires in the side itself is just not working. The executes, the utility usage has just been too overwhelming. We can't get a single thing. So let's play a bit more aggressive. We push through halls, we push through mid, we try to take some hits up duels. Blah blah was spot out towards elbow, but the main fight towards halls got enough frags to just cause that round so much confusion, and confusion again coming towards this mid position, a mid crunch from the two duelists, ones that you expect them to get the frags, but in the meantime the B side has been lost. The Viper gets caught off guard and Box caught in the open, knives out, but it doesn't even matter because JKJ just find all the necessary frags. Despite losing that Viper towards the B main position, they are fast enough on the rotates to ensure that not even a spike gets planted.
Yeah, you see how proactive they were in taking that space towards the mid position. Fenzos as well as Blabla able to find 2 frags right off the bat. And having that mid control was so important in that round itself because it just meant that they could rotate straight over to the B side and take out Box, catch him off guard while he was running towards to try and get himself in the off angle or position that no one expected him to be. But because they didn't have that mid control in that round itself,
let's play.
rotations were able to come in from the side of Godflake. This time around, it is gonna be Stack who's able to find Naga. So
That's in mid position. Look at this. The two duelists again towards mid. Now they have decent bit of map control, but he gets caught out in the open. No dash for him to get away, and he will punish him for that. Blah blah. This time around, tries on his own little adventure, gets shut down whatsoever. And it's a 3, also it's a 2v5. It's a difficult take for the defenders as they execute into the B side as well. Chill out. Tries to find something, but gets nothing to write home about. Master is God. Well, I think he DC'd for a bit. I think he might have DC'd for just a while, but recovered in the end. I mean, I don't think he was going to lose that round whatsoever. Even if he got killed, Steam probably would have swept up that 4v1. But yeah, look at the scoreline, right? It's 2 rounds at the start. It's a streak coming in, 7 rounds in a row for side of Godflake. And then a bit of resurgence. JKG answered 2 more, but then again, re-answered by the side of Godflake. So a decent job to recover the last round, but still, it's 8-4. It's a very difficult scoreline to come back from, but not impossible. And what JKJ needs to do now is, I think they need to make things messy, right? They need to make things uncomfortable, because that is exactly what that agent composition is made for.
once again, proactive mid control coming in from the side of Godflake. I don't think there was an audio cue for his footsteps, so I don't think these players of JKJ are gonna be aware that there's a flank coming towards them from the back. Oh, finally he gets spotted out. Blah blah, able to take him down.
To the side itself, it was a very nice split coming in now on the other side of things, and they just get converged upon with so much map control. They took down the one defender, and they were able to just split into the side so freely. Just one player at the back of the side, one player towards yellow. And although the retake is coming in, they have to be careful not to give out too many frags. And yeah, with Fenzar's catching on to TB towards mid. 3v1, and Master's God, just 1 HP. Finds a nice headshot though. If he can find 2 more, which is a tall task and will not be into his favor this time around. It's 5-8, and they get a very crucial pistol round.
I think Blah finding a first pick just meant that he had a lot. He had more health to work with, right? You saw him get dinged by one of the players by a ghost, I believe, but he didn't lose his life in that battle, so I think that was what gave them an edge in that situation. And Blah being a Reyna player, that's exactly what you want to have. Being able to take those aggressive duels and be able to overheal back up to a almost full potential, essentially, and able to re-aggress once again this time around. B hit coming through for the side of JKJ.
A lot of rifles actually on the side of JKJ. You don't see that too often on the second round. Ooh, Great Naga using himself as a little bit of an owl drone, trying to spot out a couple of players. And with these rifles, you cannot give away too many opportunities because your bonus round next round is going to be really difficult. They want to win out the next 2 rounds convincingly. Chill out. Finds the first one. To B, gets caught. I mean, there's 1 kill that's decent, but still side control lost. And with just classics in hand, on such long range angles, it's gonna be a difficult retake to say the least. Blah blah. It's awkward angle coming in, but as a Reyna can dismiss out of there, doesn't matter because Reyna has got his back. The crossfire is in place, securely done, and although just losing 1, it is still a clean round coming in from JKJ.
I think this is something interesting that I noted about the Cambodian region itself, is that they actually go for the rifle buy in the second round. You've seen this happen a couple of times yesterday itself, and today 3 rifles on the board for JKJ in the second round itself. It definitely gives them so much of an edge, especially on a map like Breeze, where you have these wide open angles that you can really use these sort of weapons, the Vandal, to capitalize off of them, and that is exactly what happened in that round itself. But coming into this next round, Godflick gonna have the economy be able to buy up fully this time around.
This is supposed to be a bonus round, but look, there's so many rifles in the hands of JKJ. Awkward angle, Aztec. Someone has to destroy the top for him. Oh, just makes up the heads up duel, swings out, finds 1. Box. Or box 6. Nice. A conversion and a trade. Nice job from him, but the Viper is stuck alone towards A main. There's nobody else here to trade him if he falls, so doesn't want to give up the spike so easily. There's a lot coming in towards the mid position. If you can find something. A lot of these isolated 1v1s again coming in, but with these duelists, you expect him to get these confident frags coming in. Tries to dodge away from the spray coming in from nobody, and in the meantime, he's just buying time. Look at the rotations coming to mid, and Great Naga gets caught off guard just by the timing itself, and Chill out here to cover his teammate as well. It's a nice adjustment coming in from the side of a JKJ, and they do secure that spike plant.
30 seconds left.
Yeah, it's all up to box. I think a lot of things that make or break a round are the mid-round decisions that a team makes. And we've seen it on the side of Godflick in a couple of the previous rounds on their attacking half itself, but this time around it's JKJ who have that advantage. You saw how they took the control towards mid, took the fight onto B as well.
I mean, it was a
They've
good
hit
mid-round
spike
call.
down.
It was... they all had individual duels. We saw that Chella was alone towards A main, with Box on the A side itself. In the meantime, his other 2 teammates, one towards mid, one towards halls, and blah blah, was just buying time, right? He was just saying, hey, Great Naga, there's a guy that's fighting me towards bridge. I'm just gonna buy time, just gonna keep flashing and jiggle peeking. Let's Great Naga take the duel instead. And while he did find that frag, right, Chella was already rotating into mid to support him, and when he was swung upon from elbow, Chella was actually the one to bail him out of that difficult situation. So although they were all caught in 1v1 situations at the start, they gathered their forces, they had a good communication in the round, and they essentially took 2v1s multiple times in the last 2 engagements. Because of that, they find themselves 7-8, just 1 round differential. And an equal round actually from the side of Godflick. It's a buy to be desired from. Box has that saved rifle of his, while his teammates just has Marshall's Sheriff and a shorty to work around with.
See, this time around, they're not too eager to try and do some duels. Nobody already being picked off. There's so much space being made towards mid. But they still don't note the position of Aztec though. He might be able to make some magic happen here, but Naga's already on the side. He's gonna be able to get... He gets shut down though. But still. With all
Look
these
at the
teams
rotations.
running.
Look where the spike is.
Wait,
I-
what?
I
Why is
see
it here?
You may have had a tech timeout. Not timeout, but a tech issue. They
30
have to get the
seconds
kills.
left.
If they don't get the kills, they're gonna lose the round. And Box, a bit aware of this situation. Fenzos, as a Vandal at the back line, is trying to find some sort of avenue. And oh, Chow comes back at the nick of time. The 16 seconds on the clock. And they have control of the A site. They can get the spike down. They have the Viper Spit if they want to use it as well.
10
So
seconds left.
saved by just a narrow margin. The Wi-Fi connectivity issues almost plaguing them and almost
Spike
cost them
planted.
the round. But they stabilize. Now in the 2v2 post-plant situation, Grammys, it's a difficult task for them, especially with the Viper Spit.
And definitely so, not much health.
enemy remaining.
Okay, Master. Just picking off Fenzos with that Headhunter. It's all up to chill out. 1v2 situation in the Viper Spit. He does have an advantage in this situation. Spots out the first, Aztec falls. It's all up to Master, but he can't do anything at all as Chilla is able to find both these frags, tying up the scoreline 8-8 in the Viper Spit in his domain. What a round. What? I have no clue what just
From
happened.
AFK to clutch.
What?
I think he had a bit of internet issues, some sort of PC tech issues, and he was just in spawn, and that, I mean, it was an adaptation coming in from the side of JKG that realized, hey, he has the spike. We can't get the spike from him. We have to just go for kills. Either that or find the site so that when he reconnects back, he can go for that spike plant. And fortunately for them, he connected just in the nick of time. They had control of the A side, and he was able to get that clutch in with that Viper Spit. So
You want to play?
Close.
Let's play.
situation, but a decent recovery nonetheless.
I was a bit
Simon,
confused though. He pulled out his Viper's Pit like in spawn. I was like, wait, is he here? Is he not? What is happening? Okay, Aztec, halfway to Shanot, hitting into mark as of yet does tag up the feet of one of the players here. As the rest of them, JKJ actually shooting onto this site. Empress utilized, but immediately countered by this null command coming in from the side of Godflake. Master finally reviews his position, gets one in the form of blah blah 3v5 situation. Not making that a 2v5 right now is going for the DQ. Naga and Chilla trying to do what they can, but unfortunately for them, it gets completely shut down by Godflake. And Aztec, final one, is nil, the final nail in the coffin. Able to get that final frag as well off the back of this huge investment in this operator.
And that null command, right? The difference between Arena and AKO is the ability to absolutely nullify every single ability from the opponent. And when Box used that, it nullified so many positions from the side of JKJ. And even though they had control over the site, the retake was just so swift. There was no smokes, there was no recon darts, there was no flashes that could delay their retake coming in. And with so many players at the end of the day, which is a clean issue that was resolved. I say a clean issue, it's a clean trade though. TB manages to catch up to the other Jet. But still, 4v4. It's a difficult task for the defenders with so much map control to try to take control over Box though. Does catch onto a nice headshot. So gains back a little bit of an advantage here, but it's gonna be a B finish it seems, right? 3 players all garnered up, ready to execute to B. Lot to do, but with the op in hand, actually picks up what his teammate dropped. And he stalls out the push. Fantastically done. Look at the util usage. Just like that. Yeah, just 2 players remaining is in the open. Nobody knows. Do they know? They check him. It's a bit of a whiff. Unfortunately, can't convert the frags, and now it's a 2v2. Tour de force in hand, though. Master. Can he pick up where his teammates dropped off? Together with Box, has a bunch of utility. Can lob it toward the back of the site. This chamber just has to provide cover fire, right? Just has to protect Box in the meantime. Fragment goes out, clears that corner. When does he swing? When does she swing around from the corner? He has to do it so, and he just does it in the nick of time. A nice sidestep. Finds himself a kill. And now Box, position revealed from that recon dart, uneven aware of where the Viper could have looked up towards. Dancing around the backside itself, he's caught between two places, just buying time. They're just wasting his time. Amount of time left on the clock, and Box has to go for the save. Can't even pick up that operator of his teammates, and JKJ, they survive with just one player remaining despite an early pickoff at the start.
And very good recovery from those two players, right? That Chi and Chill Out. Able to pick up a couple of players on his B side, opening it wide up for the taking, and especially since Master, all he had was a tour de force, and it's so hard to try and retake with an operator or a tour de force. And even though they did lose the previous round, they respond back with a round of their own. Albeit it was a little bit close, but this time around, economy not looking too good for the side of Godfrey. JKJ, they're aware of this. They're going for a heavy A execute this time around. Already on the side and able to get the spike plant down as well, but he's nice from up above. Aztec making it work. Finds the first on the Vandals. Players try their mind. They can't hold on to anything at all because once this toxic screen falls, you have to wait before it comes back in, and that gives the side of Godfrey so much time to come in for this retake, and that is exactly what happened right there. Aztec making so much space for his team to come in for this retake. Shuts down all of the players on the side of JKJ. They find double digits off the back of that.
Oh my gosh, Box just pivoting at the back of a side, just finds so many hits, just left, right, center. And that's exactly what you want from one of your great players, right? The player with the amount of utility that he has. He can flush out positions, cause chaos. That Viper snake bite at the back of the side as well was fantastically placed just to flush out even more angles. And I think even if he missed those shots, his team would have lost. It's just cover fire after cover fire this time. Low buys and a cover shot. Done and dusted. Blah blah. Out of the round. Top fragger. Out of the server this time. Fenzal's actually invested into a Phantom of his own. Gonna go for some heroic plays into the map itself. Does catch onto one, but actually in a 3v3 things are not looking too bad. They just have to catch to B, and they will have the side itself. Around. No command actually invested. They don't want to let them win this round whatsoever. They want to take control. They want to take home in their 11th round. Box catches onto first into B, swings out around the corner. He will take out the other Viper. So close round nonetheless. But a round garnered again from the side of Godflick. Finally stringing 2 rounds in a row. This is their first consecutive round. Got it. In the second half. And they recover the op as well, so that's great going into the next round. Economy still in a decent position. And off the back of that save, that equal round. This time JKJ can now go in for more rifles. Right, Fenzos, he was that hero Phantom in the previous round. So we'll just go in for a bit of a weaker buy, but still, ultimates abound. You have the Viper's Pit, you have the Hunter's Fury. Try to go for a pick, maybe gain control of a site, and then you can use that Viper's Pit to really secure that round. But Godflick's not gonna let you have that round too easy. Mid control garnered. They realize nobody's home.
I really like how both Box as well as Aztec have been playing so far. We see them together all the time, but Naga finally finds an opening on one of them though. Blah blah able to find them back onto nobody as well. The trades do come through. Comes down to a 3v2 situation in favor of JKJ, and from up above, blah blah tries to connect the shots. Aztec still holding on inside of this cloud burst. And fades. He's gonna fall. And the site, the spike, gonna go down on this A site as well. It's all up to be 1v3 situation.
Dead fool.
Player standing.
Just the first and the second as well. He knows that this one player perhaps would attack. No, not aware whatsoever. And Chi will punish him for that. It was a nice attempt. Got 2 frags in the end, unable to convert. Oh, so close yet so far. didn't expect another player all the way towards the back of the site, towards yellow. And they answer back. They don't allow the side of Godfrey to get too many more rounds consecutively. They keep their buy honest. And yeah, because of that round win, the economy still not in a good position. They didn't have a chance to build it up too much. Godflick still has to opt for half shields. A bit of reservations. Master just going for that headhunter. Perhaps saving for the next op or for an op next round, but I'd rather him just buy full shields or go for an upgraded weapon of some sort. Just picking up these heads up duels. It's gonna be an A finish again. The smoke's coming up. Flashes, the owl drone, just positions, and the spike could get planted, could get denied actually. But no, the suppression actually brings down the wall. Spike gets planted, and now the Hunter's Fury flushing out these positions. They want to take up these heads-up duels. All the players here ready to receive. There's a flank coming in, and they have to keep an eye on their Grey Naga. Could be the knife in the bag for multiple of these players. Finds the first attack, and now finds the second to be. Now finds two more, and actually could make things winnable. They uses the Viper's Pit, trying to bait out these positions. Finds the first one. A fantastic spray catches on the Grey Naga. It's a 4-kill round required for him to be. He's not even playing inside. Here's the Hunter's Fury. It's an easy round. Finds the first tag. Goes for the second one. There's no more time to be. Has to just play victim. Goes down to the final tag. And Chi. Another close round. Facilitated by Tabi. Fantastic shots around his Viper's Pit. But unfortunately, just not enough. The flank from Grey Naga was just too much to handle. Too many frags, too many deaths. Just like that, we go back into an even kill. 11-11.
I feel like that round itself also shows the difference in the playstyle of these two teams. You see
You want
how
to play? Let's play.
Godflick on the attacking round, they try to go in for a multi-prong approach. But JKJ, they just hit onto the site itself with one lurker in the form of Grey Naga. Trying to cause some chaos once again up here in halls. And this time, they're gonna be on an eco. Godflick already nobody falling off this angle. It's the first going the way of JKJ here.
The buy is so bad. It's not good enough to be damage, but not the kill. With another pick off, it's a 5v3. They can just go to whichever side they want. Most likely just one or two players max.
Teleport's ready.
Master, the only defender of the A side itself.
They found my
Oh,
trap.
JKJ, they're not worried whatsoever. And oh, the timing. They break the trip. They force him to look the other way. And it's beautifully done by JKJ.
No buys, nothing much to write home about. Naga picks off another in the form of box all up to Aztec. Has the Blade Storm to work with, but not gonna connect as of yet. Does find a head of Naga finally. And with a player up behind him, Chi shuts him down completely. JKJ on back of they reach match point.
Match point.
I mean, that was what they had to concede with such a bad economy. Godflick had to go for a save in that round, and so this affords them a chance for overtime. They can buy into that op that they so wanted. Master will wield it this round. He has to make it sing. He has to make its value in gold before the execute comes in. But I'm not sure if he's gonna have a chance. Look at all the players towards B main. They have the Viper's Pit as well. It's gonna be a fast one, I think.
Indeed, off the back of the tailwind as well as the updrop to be holding down his position on the side. Fentos falls, but eventually off the back of his Empress, blah blah, able to pick up one. The Viper's Pit goes down on the side itself. Yeah, 4v4 retake situation. Godflick find themselves just 1 point away from securing match point. Oh, Naga! He just looks away at the wrong timing. Box able to catch him out and flank. This position finally opened up. All three players on the site have to go into this Viper's Pit. The retake, the Empress is gonna fade, but Blah Blah still connects the shots onto nobody knows. As well as the Master Box does find one. The situation, chill out in the midst of this Viper's Pit. If you find one, but it's all up comes down to the 1v1, but it doesn't. There's no more time left for him.
Just like that, 13 to 11 off the back of Blabla's Empress, and just dancing around the side itself. Breeze gets taken home into their favor in a 13 to 11 affair. So close, such an ordeal. They played it to overtime. They wanted to get that overtime play around, but Blah just denies it. A fast B take nullifies the operator and just causes so much distress. The flank, not useful whatsoever, especially with the ult coming in from Chell out. And look at the scoreline, Blah, 25 to 16. That is your buffed Reyna. That is how it's gonna be. That's how potent she can be, especially when wielded in the correct hands.
I mean, you have it now. Reyna buffed. It works. It works. Tried and tested. JKJ proven. 13 to 11 scoreline. It was a comeback. They were down 4-8 and they made it. They clawed their way back into this map itself. 13 to 11 scoreline and blah. Once again, the match MVP. 25 to 16 KD. What is this? I think this is exactly what you want to see from your Reyna player.
Yeah, I mean, it's that's why you put him on the Reyna. That's expected from him. You have to set him up, and he has been successful. He's got those opening kills, went all the way to the back of the site, and fantastically done coming in from the side of JKJ, right? They looked a bit shaky in the first half, but they recovered. Their reads were slowly getting better and better into the second half, and that last round call was fantastically done. It just countered everything that Godflick wanted. They expected a slow play, fast execute was what they received, and yeah, congratulations to the side of JKJ. They will move on into the next stage of the brackets, into the lower finals. Fortunately though, Godflick, they will be knocked out of the tournament.
Hold up. Is it best of 3?
Oh, I'm not. Oh my gosh. My brain. I was like, oh, it's such a close game. I thought it felt like it was gonna be like the second or third game where the matches get so close, but this is just the first map. Yeah, as you mentioned, my brain having a bit of fart moment, but we will be seeing the second map, which is, if I'm not mistaken, going to be the map of Ascent. Ooh, difficult map as well, right? Especially for the attackers, but we'll see if JKJ can replicate their success here on the map of Breeze, or will they have to go to the third map? Will Godflick find any chance to research into this map, or will this be the final map of this series? Come back in just a little break, well, just a little bit, because we're going for a short little break.
Okay, we're good now, right?
Okay.
This is
Oh my
just
gosh, I
highlight.
Yeah.
Enemy remaining.
That's three.
Enemy remaining. Enemy remaining. Enemy remaining. One enemy remaining. Player standing.
Scanning ahead. They found my trap.
One enemy remaining. Last player standing. Attackers win.
Just just
Flashing lights dance with fire in the night. I'm wired. Watch the time pass us by. Is this feeling lying? Could you pass the lighter? Yeah, I'm trying to keep my cool. Nicotine in my veins, flaming up desires. What am I supposed to do? Cause it feels so good. Feeling wild like a zoo. Put me in a mood. Put me in a mood. Maybe I should've known that it ain't real. How'd you know how to get into my feelings? You're a trip giving me hopeless solution. Hopeless solution. Baby, I should've known that it ain't real. How'd you know how to get into my feelings? You're a trip giving me hopeless solution. Hopeless solution. Hopeless solution. Hopeless solution. You're a trip giving me hopeless solution. Hopeless solution.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, gamers of all ages, welcome back to Cloudy's Valorant Tournament Season 3. This is the second map of the series between JKJ versus Godflick. We just witnessed the super close affair 13-11 on the map of Breeze, but now we're taking the battlegrounds to the map of Ascent. And we all know the good and old scent that we have, right? It's gonna be an interesting fight, especially it being so defender-sided. But I'm excited to see if JKJ can extend their lead to a 2-0 victory, or will Godflick try to bring things into a third map affair. Of course, my name is Colden, and joined with me is Grammys for the game here today. And Grammy, what are your thoughts on the map so far, and what are you expecting on the map of Ascent?
I mean, we did see a Reina top frag just now, and I just want to see more Reina. That's all I
Yeah.
want. Reina buff, give me more Reina. That's all. And I guess Ascent itself, we've seen a couple of more interesting agent compositions come out on this map. We do sometimes see like a Neon or Phoenix in the mix, and I wonder if any of these players will want to take one of these agents out for a spin here today on the map of Ascent. As you mentioned, it is gonna be it is a typically defender-sided map, and JKJ, off the back of their win, they are gonna be starting on a defense. So this might give them some sort of an edge in winning these rounds, and in terms of their mental as well.
Yeah, of course. We saw how potent that Reina can be. Um, I want to talk about the Sentinels selection as well, right? We know that Chamber is, tried and true. Everyone loves him. His potential to just get a frag and teleport away. His ultimates, his headhunter. Of course, there is the option for Killjoy. What are your thoughts on that? Do you think we're gonna see a Killjoy here today, or will we just have that Chamber domination?
I do think Killjoy Chamber, they each have like their own advantages and disadvantages. Chamber, it really allows you to play more aggressively because your utility is just made for that. The rendezvous, you're able to take those first fights and get out of there easily, as opposed to a Killjoy where your utility is more of a stall, more used to stall enemies from entering your site itself. And actually, no Killjoy, no Chamber on the side of JKJ. Actually, Sage
Ooh.
is their sentinel of choice.
She
Select
has
your
pickin',
agent.
hasn't, well, not pickin', that's not a word, has not picked yet. We'll see if he's going for that fade that he's hovering over. This is a curious play, right? You don't really have a true tried and true sentinel with an ability that can detect flanks or detect pushes at any portion of the map, right? Sage is pretty static. When you put down the wall is just gonna stay there. You don't really have the ability to detect an enemy unless they, shoot down your wall, right? That's on them. But you yourself, your team doesn't have any ability to catch any or to find information, right? That's the main thing. I'm looking at the composition, right? You have the Reyna, you have the Jet. I guess they're trying to replicate what happened to the very first map, right? Get the Reyna on the top frag.
Yeah, I mean, I just got
Same
insider
concept.
info from the coach of JKJ right now. We are gonna see double duelist, Jet and Reina. Oh, their strat right now is just Naga and blah blah go kill Fenzos. When you get your resurrection, res them. That's all. That's literally it.
Okay, I mean, it worked on the very first map, although they didn't have a Sage. Glaba and who was it? Fenzos was the two double duelists on the very first map. And although they were kind of strapped for a bit of map control in the first half, they managed to bounce back in the second. And let's see if they can carry on this momentum into the second map. Ascent, JKJ starting on defense, Godflick on the attack.
It's a very fast execute coming in from Godflick already. Push off this angle. Blava still didn't find that frag. Tries to heal up, but unfortunately is gonna fall to today. All of the Chi to try and hold down the side. He's being swarmed by all these players running at him. They are gonna be able to get a spike down on the side itself. Godflick. Right now in a numbers advantage situation. 4v3 is the name of the game, as these players of JKJ, they have to go in for this retake. Fenzos spawns out a player towards hell. He's gonna get flashed up and take him down. Straight through comes through, but Max is still holding on from his position. He does get shut down, but today cleans the round up. Pistol round goes the way of Godflick this time around.
Oh, that was a fast execute coming in from Godflick. Had aiming control, they just took mid very aggressively. One Nebula smoke towards that mid position. They just took catwalk and just crunched onto the arena. And blah blah went for the heal, didn't go for the dismiss, wanted to scratch out a little bit more value out of his position, but unfortunately he just goes down with one, and that's not enough. And the post plant position was good. Once I got flick, and now going into the second round, despite getting a couple of frags, they just will opt for the bit of an eco round. They have their Marshal in the hands of Great Naga, gets tagged, but still, it's up against pistols. The buy from the side of Godflake should be able to overcome this gun deficit.
Master is already on his side itself, but Naga somehow able to take him out. Even the numbers back down to a 4v4 situation. The rest of these players though, they're gonna be making their way onto the site itself. And with Box holding his position in mid, he does catch Blah Blah off guard. Flashbacks come through. Does slow down a couple of players towards mid.
This from him. He's just surviving. They know he's there, but they can't do anything about it.
Oh.
Well, I say that, but Fenzos just walks out and actually catches him off guard. So it's a 3v3 retake and actually somewhat doable.
I mean, no heal out for Fenzos so means Naga has to go in with 30 HP as they're able to find that Sage and take him down as well. 2 players left alive for the side of JK. They make that one as Asta goes aggressive once again. Gonna get punished for it, but through the wall, nobody knows. Able to find that kill onto his counterpart Chi. 2 points on the board for the side of Godflake, but it was somewhat expensive for them.
Yeah, it came down to just 2 players remaining, so they will have to choose. Right? Do they want to invest more guns into this round, or will they just stick with perhaps a pistol in their back pocket instead of a rifle? And yeah, look at this, a rifle in the form of Vandal picked up by Stack, so he can be a potent force in this round. But again, this round should be in the hands of JKJ, right? They went for that save the previous round with the rifles. This time they want to do something dangerous. They want to take an opening duel. But Grey Naga gets caught out. He's supposed to get a frag and potentially dip out of there, but going down now as in such a prime position just gives a lot of map control into the hands of Godflake.
Yeah, and especially since you don't have the Chamber or Killjoy utility up in mid, it means that you have to invest like a player to look into that position
Yeah.
itself. And Tibet already catching off Chi once again. Numbers advantage handed over to Godflake. They have the map control. They have a lot of like opportunities that they could do right now. Able to retrieve a weapon off
Yeah.
the cap position as well and try and execute on this A site.
They're playing so passive is the side of JKJ, and I don't think that's gonna benefit them whatsoever. Blah Blah has to go absolutely nuclear in this position. Can't even find a single frag. It's still 5v2. The post plants will be assumed, and with upgraded weapons as well, this is looking like a fantastic bonus round.
And there's 2 players left alive inside of
Spike
JKJ. And with Master still holding his lurk position, he catches Mac off guard. Off of the Fenzo's 1v5 situation here for him. At this point, I think he just wants to try and look for a couple of exits. Just make sure that not too many of these weapons fall into the hands of the players in Godflake, but his position is noted as well, so they're just gonna be running straight at him now.
He ideally would want to save his rifle, but I'm not sure if he's gonna be given the luxury, right? All of them hunting him down. This is the perfect bonus round that you could wish for. Every single person upgrades to a Vandal. And you only invested, what, 1 Vandal into this? Even if they lost this round, they would have gotten a full buy in this one. But now because they won that bonus, the economy is just overflowing. And what's even better, that full buy coming in from JKJ, worst case scenario, goes down without a single save. So now, Bucky, Sheriffs, that's all they can afford for this one. I would say an aggressive push may be on the cards for them, right? They want to make use of these lesser weapons. Maybe try to catch a couple of players off guard, but look at Godflake. They're playing so passive, they're playing so disciplined, they are ready for any aggressive push.
And this barrier orb being broken towards mid, this means that players JKJ, once again, they have to invest a player into watching that angle. But they have gotten Naga into sort of an off angle though. Nobody knows, probably aware of this. He's not gonna contest it as of yet.
Taking that back.
Like they wanna try to go in off the back of this mid control that they have already.
By playing so slow, this puts so much confusion because you don't have that sentinel ability. You don't have an advanced position. They could have stuck up towards mid. They could have stuck up towards A main. They could have stuck up towards catwalk. And Grey Naga actually gets caught by the seas, and he's just gonna have to resign to his fate here. Goes down, not a single frag. Baba trying to recover what little he can, gets sprayed down through the smoke. However, it's still a 3v3. Master, we've seen him in this position
seconds
before.
left.
Can he replicate that sort of success? It's the same player again,
Oh.
the Astra. Is he gonna check? Is he gonna do it? And finally gets the frag. Not punished. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, it doesn't happen. It's 2v2. Prowler spots out at least one of the players, so they know at least one towards the tree position. Do they want to go for a split up?
Find you.
Nobody knows those that reveal, and oh! Dino actually spammed into the box, predicting his position, spins on a dime, but to be just a bit shy of the final kill, and Fenzos will pick up the very first round. It's a low buy, it's a thrifty round coming in from them, and they make it work somehow, some way.
Right,
This
I'm
spam.
just gonna. What is this spam? He's so aware. Like once
Great
that haunt
job.
was thrown out, he just spams through the dice position and completely catches nobody knows off, making it to a 1v2 left up to the bay. But tries he won't be able to hold on at all. First point on the board for JKJ, definitely. Although it was a rough start for them,
want
they
to
are able to
play?
afford
Let's
once
play.
again this time around tour de force on the side of Master.
It just feels like JKG are just always lacking information.
Yeah.
It just feels like they're playing so cautious. I mean, so scared of a potential explosion of an execute coming towards their position.
They're blind with fear.
I mean, right now, look at the map control. They have mid, they have a little bit of catwalk, and they're just holding. They're playing so disciplined. I love this coming in from Godflick.
Yeah, I mean JKJ definitely lacking in terms of information because
Oh
of
my
their
god, they
A
heard the
position.
footsteps. They're calling for a rotate.
Oh.
There's only one person to be. And look at where the majority of the players, the attackers are.
Not on the site itself, so
Vision.
Smack has to go through this, try to spray it down. Aztec catches him off guard with this aggressive tailwind right in his face. The Bay catches two from his position in mid
30
as
seconds
well.
left.
Oh my.
And once again, it's down to a
planted.
2v5 in a full buy round. Oh, from the back, Aztec once again picks up the kill onto Fenzos. It's all up to Chi. 1v5. But it's all past ahead of him and... What? Okay, flawless. Flawless round coming in for Godflick. What was that? I have no words.
That was fantastically done from the side of Godflick. The attacking rounds have been so clean so far. Just to summarize how things work, I'm pretty sure the Jet, if I'm not mistaken, Grey Naga, yeah, Grey Naga was the one towards that catwalk position. He heard footsteps at the top of mid. He heard footsteps. He commented across with him, his guys, there's people running at top mid. It's most likely gonna be an A attack. But they actually funnel all the way through through attacker spawn and relocated towards the B main position. And then they just executed there. And this is again going back to the issue where there isn't any sentinel ability. They don't have information. They're very, very reliant on heads up duels. They only have the fade for info. This time, early presence towards the A main position. G.
Oh,
They finally
down
find an
A.
advantage. They drop the spike.
it's a spike as well as the rifle retrieved. And Grey Naga making his blade storm work through mid as well. Catches that lurk from Tibet. And his crossfire being held by these two players of JKJ is deadly. Box might be able to catch one here if Phantom falls.
Master is completely surrounded. Like, literally
Oh
completely
my.
surrounded.
Oh my god, sure.
Tino runs to spawn with the shorty of all things. It's a 2v4. They have the spike, but it's an awkward position and blah blah. Picks up one of the rifles and just dishes out hell. It's a thrifty round. Another one coming in from the side of JKJ. Perhaps they just ditch the rifles and just go for those sheriffs, because so far that's the only thing that's been working.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, why buy rifles when you can buy a shorty, like 150 credits as compared to like 2,900? And it still works. It's working.
You know why?
out for
You know
them.
why it's working? Because they're taking aggressive plays. They're playing to the agent's advantage, right? That's how you win. Playing to the benefit of that agent that you're playing. And they have to be aggressive. You're a Jet, you're Arena. You have to play a little bit more aggressive to gain map control physically with your gunfire. And by playing passive, Godflick is just manipulating the rotations and information given to them. So they have to be proactive. They have to take some sort of map control back. Blah blah. Tries to do it by himself. Gets punished for it. In the meantime, Tino does catch onto the other Astra, so they don't have smokes for this round. Off the back of that updraft, finds an opening. Another one for their favor. They tag team into it. Master this time trades him out. And the rest coming in for Rava this time. It's just frags going on all parts of the map itself. Non-command actually invested, but nobody just takes up the hits. Of dual rope goes down, and now Box left in a 1v4. His ultimate not too much to work around. It's a bit of more of a fire rate boost, but that's all he's gonna get. Defenders, JKJ, they stabilize off the back of re-aggression towards that catwalk position.
Yeah, I mean, this defensive aggression has been something that has been working out from them, not just in Ascent itself, but also from Breeze. And it really comes down to the way their agent their agent composition, in a sense. The Jet, the Reyna, and also the Fade. You're able to get yourself in aggressive angles to take those initial fights, and that will give your team an advantage in a sense. And not only that, because you're a Jet, you're a Reyna, you're able to get out of there alive as well.
Full-blown A execute. Oh, and the Nightfall invested from the defense. They want to take it back fast before they even have a chance to plant the spike itself. Spraying through the nebula. Emperor's gonna be on the wall. He gets spammed out through the wall to be able to actually find two opening frags. And that leaves themselves an advantage 4v3. And now there is a lurk coming in from the flank. With the chamber still alive, they should be able to find information. Tino has the nebula. He's gonna be using it, trying to go for a long flank around the side. But in the meantime, fights towards the side itself. Benzos tries as he might, gets one, but gets traded out. And trades, it's all that they want at the flank. He has to wait for this Tino. Do they check this? Master caught off guard. Tino now release his presence. Now they spot out one of the players, right? There's only one on the side itself. The Jet towards that tree position actually catches onto Tino, and with the time so far gone, Grey Naga with that off in hand. It's a difficult weapon to use on the retake, and he will just opt for the save of it.
For a second, I thought he might step into the spike coming off right there. It was so close.
It was a nice attempt for that flank, however, it was just too late.
Yeah.
And again, they got converged upon. When you let them go on a full-on execute, when you let the side of Godflick play to the game that they want to play, it's very difficult to stop them. I've seen it multiple times already in this series. They have to break up the format, break up the structure that is on Godflick. JKJ have to be aggressive. And up, perhaps, answer to this one. But if they just activate that nebula, this position could be just completely nullified.
God,
Very
like this time
passive.
around, taking it so slow. They're not giving JKJ
You want
any
to play?
information at
Let's
all, except
play.
for that orb ping. Putafall's coming through from Master.
It's the call. I guess no A main presence is the call, and that's what forced them to rotate off. But again, they're not too sure where to end up. It's 2-2-1. And now 2 players on the B side. It's gonna be a B side finish. Fenzos with so much to do. They're being wrapped upon. He's not aware whatsoever. Spots out the last player at the back of the side. He gets baited by that updraft jet. And at the defense, again, man, just advantage the attackers in such a dominant and convincing position.
Can't use that.
It's a look coming in towards the mid position box. Doesn't shoot the flash, he gets punished for it. Blood just misses out of there, but Master on the angle with the AWP in hand. Greenarga answers with one of his own, so it's 3v2. Actually doable coming in from the defense. But with that Nightfall, it buys even more time, silences them. They can't hear a single thing. And with such low HP, it just delays, buys even more time. Dak at the back of the site, he's put into a 1v1. It's a Jet v Jet, the AWP in hand. He cannot find a shot, and the hit shot's good for S-Dak. As the side of Godflick. It was a 5v3, got down to a 1v1, but still a round nonetheless. It's 6-3, a fantastic haul so far on the attacking side.
Remaining. Last player standing.
I mean, for the side of JKJ, they have yet to find a strategy that works out for them on the defense. Like, you see them getting a couple of rounds, 2 of them with thrifties. And this next one coming up, once again, they're gonna be on a low bite. The Bucky already working. Kino picks up 1, but off the back of the Nebula smoke, nobody is gonna catch him off. Back down to a 4v4 here.
This is bad. That's your main agent that can put some sort of delay. And on an eco round again. Half buy, might I say. There's information though for Chi from his position. Very, very pushed up towards A main. They should be aware that the main force is coming towards the B position. Yes, blah blah. Catching onto to B. That's their smokers now down. Execute coming in swift and fast.
This wall, this burial from Fenzo is really interesting.
Yeah.
It completely shuts down that lane position, so all these players are funneled
One enemy
onto
remaining.
towards stairs instead. And it catches them off. Couple players off guard. It's all up to Aztec once again. Coming in from the CT position.
30 seconds left.
He's just playing around, dancing around. 6 bullets, spots on the
hair.
hit. 5. He's being wrapped around. There's a flank coming in. Aztec has to find a kill right now. If not, he's gonna get caught. This back turn, and that's exactly what she does. 4-6 now. They answer back with another weird buy of theirs. They've only really gotten rounds off of their weird buys. These low buys, these half buys. Off the back of aggression, individual plays. They have to do something coordinated, right? Like I mentioned. You let Godflick play their game, it's very difficult to disrupt.
And
Forward.
this time around, though, Godflick on an eco of their own.
Despite having so many rounds, the economy is actually not in the best shape, right? Because so many close rounds, they haven't had a chance to build the economy too much. And a gamble stack actually coming in. Could be a fake, actually. Right, 3 players towards A, but the spike is actually towards B. Pulled a bit of rotations, right? 3 players. 4, actually. Out of defense, JKJ still stacked towards the A side itself. They have to convert this, right? They have to. Sheriffs and classics. Maybe just 1 Blade Storm, but still.
Blah blah. Spots out nobody. Cheese want to find the first right. Naga good for 1 as well, but today is already on his side. He finds another onto blah blah, but Chi responds back in favor. B-side is being held down by Tino. He finds Warren, that's a spike down, and now they know, but Master picks up a rifle in the mix.
30 seconds
Spike
left.
Not sure
still
why they.
is control.
Yeah, just run across. Come on, guys. Just 1 player remaining.
If you have the Nightfall to work with, it could come in very useful. Noting Master's position here, but I think this is down the trades. She able to finish the round off. It comes in close. There was a fake, but that round I think really came down to how Tino was playing, still anchoring the B side itself. And I guess that's the strength of an Astra, right? You
Last
have
round in the half.
the ability to make so much impact across the map because your utility is essentially global. You can still play on the B side where Tino was playing and still have control, still put like a lot of pressure on the attackers that are coming in from the A side itself with your utility, with the Nebula smoke, the gravity well, and so much more. And this time around, Godflick seems like they're gonna be looking for a change of pace.
Up again here in the same place, Grey Naga watching, fighting cover fire towards this mid position, towards tiles. They've done it diligently so far. They've not peeked in front of the Nebula. I say that as well, they try to go for some cheeky jiggle. Spots out a bit of information. But the KO null command invested with 3 players on the side itself. There's a lot of players to go across, and Benzos up against the world, has to find a couple of frags. Somehow catches onto Aztec though. And Tino at the back, he's been a rock solid player so far. Has to somehow buy a bit more time for his teammates. He survived for quite a long time actually. And so the 2v2 can be afforded for Green Naga coming in together.
Spike planted.
Chi from the B main position, and the Nightfall will tag up both of these players. They tag down low, they can't hear a thing. Now's the time to capitalize and go in. Green Naga up and above, flying around with the jet knives. Chi dropping down, it's just a heads up duel. Them swing together, finds the first today actually lands up both of the frags. It's a headshot for each of them. With just 1 HP remaining, it's
Switching
a clutch. And a 7-5 scoreline. Brilliantly done by To Be. 14-7 as the Astra player.
Can I play some?
Dealing so much damage, and wow, I mean, that is something you really can't afford, especially with the Nightfall onto them. Just lines up perfectly. And yeah, I'm out called actually. I guess just to calm down the energy amongst the players. Oh, could be a, looks like it's just a bathroom break. Cheered too loudly when To Be hit that 1v2. But yeah, swapping sides now is interesting. Look at the compositions, right? What do you think it's necessary, Grammy, for this double duelist composition to win on the attack side?
I mean, this Jet has to go aggressive.
True.
Hello there.
Staring into the soul. It's the other Jet, right? It's the attacking
Yeah,
Jet
this
that has
is-
to go
this is
huge.
the other Jet.
It's the other one. Oh, wow, that was quick.
Here we go. Shout out to Cloudy, W Observer, W Producer, and the rest of the team. Yes. Okay, timeout called. I think what must be done is that both these duelists have to go absolutely huge. Like, just go ham, go do your thing, like the duelist thing. Especially when you're arena player, you have a lot of potential to take aggressive fights and get out of there essentially scot-free. And that is something that you should be looking for in
Look.
this attacking half.
There's nobody on the A side itself. It's a pistol round and you don't really see gambles like this too often, but I'm not sure if JKG are even aware that there's literally nobody in the site. Oh no, I think there's a bit of a disconnection issue. They're just crowding around the fade.
Yes,
Nobody
protect.
knows it's not there. It's getting flanked. That's getting flanked. The radar. Blah blah actually finds the first one. That's like actually claws one back, and the trade is successful, but still there's one AFK player. How can they play around this, right? You have to sort of lure them into a false sense of security, and that's exactly what they do. What? They're a man down, and yet they're still a man up.
Last player standing.
That's
Spike
a spike down.
mid.
And the rest of these players is heading straight towards Gallon. He does find the first, the second as well.
It's actually a 1v1. Oh my
Oh.
gosh. Unfortunate series of events. Nobody knows AFK, but I guess unfortunate. I mean, it didn't work, but it worked out in the end. What was the meme? You failed, but you still no.
Task failed
Task
successfully.
failed successfully. Yeah.
Oh my god, what was that?
What was the arena? All right. Blah blah. He saw 4 players back turned against him. Got one. He got a little bit greedy and a little bit too over eager maybe. Didn't play it well. Got traded out immediately, and he called for the rotate because he said, guys, there's actually nobody in the B side itself. And as they were all rotating over, right, the side of Godflick actually were able to catch a couple of rotations, right, being a bit too lackadaisical, thinking that there were one too many players AFK, actually bit them in the back. So despite being a man down, you still need to play careful, right? Still need to play cautious even though there's an AFK person on the other side. So this just shows, right, even though you may have an advantage in the situation, still have to be careful.
And this means you can win your 4v5 ranked matches even when there's one AFK. Just play together. That is it. That's literally it. But with Blah Blah already taken out of the game, out of the server, it's up to the rest of the team here. JKJ, 2 shares in your hands. Aztec spots out another. Does tag up Naga, in fact. And nobody knows. He does get tagged up, but Fento's position is revealed. No, he's there and he's 1 HP and a sliver of health. Still, so
The stinger doesn't do the job.
Oh my gosh.
They don't have good weapons to do it. They have a Marshal though, but I think Aztec is just more concerned about B-Link. Unfortunately, there's nobody there. They're all towards that A position, and again, it's nobody in the A side. So if they want, they actually can just go in and get that spike planted.
Spike down mid.
I mean, the spikes can be dropped.
Now they can't.
Aztec is so far pushed up
30
already.
seconds left.
Down to a 2v5 once again. With these weaker weapons. 2 sheriffs in the hands, but the players of Godflick, they're just taking the initiative to get so much map control that now JKJ has to clear every single angle out.
10 seconds left. 1 enemy remaining.
Alright, I guess a bit of damage.
This is definitely.
This is essentially, don't see too many fights happening towards positions, especially with the Marshal. But nonetheless, convert the second round, you take those. Godflick now 9-4, 4-round advantage, and they do have the Blade Storm as well. So even though going to this bonus round, I saw an operator being picked up by Aztec. I'm not sure if he wants to go ahead with it because teammates aren't investing around it. I think just going for that Blade Storm would be sufficient right in this round. If he can get a couple of frags with that, I think he can set his team up to actually win the round.
This time though, JKJ on full buys. All 5 players here, but Master already picks off the first. That's Blah Blah down once again. His gravity well catches Fantos completely off guard. The Horn does spot out of the stairs, but the spike is dropped right outside of this Nebula spot. To Bay spraying through the smoke with the Stinger. Still able to find that frag, and even though Naga is left on the side, he does have the side control, but not the spike control. And as all these players close in on his position, he's gonna get spammed through this wall. What more can you do? To Bay finally shuts him down. 3 kills in a round with a Stinger to get to double digits.
How did Tebay is so solid so far. 19-8. This man has just been anchoring sites, been the backbone of his team. And I don't know how he managed to spray down someone through the Nebula while he was on 1 HP. They knew exactly where he was. The Fade Haunt actually revealed his position. Still managed to survive, and this is rough. It's the bonus round, they won it. So now JKJ put down on an eco buy of their own. Can they muster up anything, or will they just fall victim one by one? the knives around this close corner. It's a bit of a bait and switch setup. Nobody hitting in his KO. Even with the reload as well, they want them to lure them into this false sense of security. Come into this little pocket of ours. Not biting just yet. They're just playing it super passive, super disciplined. Somehow or other, the defense has to make an info push. They have to do something. They don't do too much more. The bait and switch setup successful. It's instead Boxer gets the first pick, but nobody answers back. Just one player remaining. Blah blah goes down as the Prowler bites him in the face. So it's 11-5, a convincing streak of rounds garnered by Godflick. If they keep this up, I mean, it's a pretty straightforward victory, especially on this defense side. Haven't dropped a round just yet. 4-0 for the defensive half. But if it's any time for them to answer back, JKJ now has the rifles in hand. This is their time to make the most out of what they have. Chi, one off his ultimate with Nightfall. If they can get that and execute onto outside itself, it could be good. But Aztec here pops the dash as well. Off angle, spots out the little elbow of Benzos and will take him down. It's two players here to receive. Could get really, really messy.
Choosing to execute on the site itself. Naga picks up 2 in the mix. Hot does spot out his position. Nobody knows where his are. Gonna find one. Tino falls. One bullet in the chamber. Unfortunately, unable to connect the shot. It's all up today. He's unable to do anything at all. And finally, JKJ responded back with a round of their own in the attacking half.
Things almost took a turn for the worse when, not mistaken, it was Tino got caught out mid-reload while jumping across towards the side itself. Fortunately, his teammates got his back. The frags that was required, even though going down 4v5 with that operator, they were able to secure the site and play that post-plant position. But this time around, it's going to be a B-centric approach on both sides, both teams. Stack here with the op again, off angle. You find another opening. Playing different angles, switching up his positions in the side itself, and it's successful yet again. Can they convert the round though? Last round they didn't manage to do it. Gotta try this time around. And look at Aztec, right? He gets that kill just to a different part of the map. Making it very difficult, very confusing for the attacking side to really know where the op is being in place. Box spots out a bit of information. He's actually kind of trapped in this little corner, but again playing in switch setup together with nobody. So he should be good for the time being as long as they play together. Finds a fantastic frag, drops them down even more. Box playing together with the utility from his fade, and they're absolutely flushed out of position. And a flawless 12th round garnered. It's clean, it's perfectly done so far. Godflick, they want to answer back, they want to push it to a third map, and I think they very might well do so.
Yeah, and that was the resurrection invested instead of JKJ as well. That's one key ultimate out of the picture for them. And this time around, they're already at match point, and with the buys not looking too good for JKJ, they have to fall back on these eco weapons, which have been working for them on the defense, but on the attack, actually I think it was force. It could be the last, essentially the last round in this map itself, and Naga is actually gonna spot out one of the players here. What? Okay, Box still catches him out. Master, good for one as well. Chi trying to do what he can. He can find the first, but not the second. Nobody knows. Falls to blah blah. Green situation here for them, but Master shuts him down. And Zelda
Like a done deal.
to Fenzos.
50 seconds though, so he can milk the clock for just a little bit longer. But it feels like he's just delaying the inevitable. Every single position is being watched, being monitored. He can't even get a free spike plant on the B side, and the position he's going towards, yeah, there's a little bit of a trap. The right side towards Pizza. And they know exactly where he's gonna be. Expecting that there's nobody towards the B side is the wrong call to be here. An absolute anchor on the side on this map so far, and he might just well be the one to close things out. And yes, he will. 13-6. It was a relatively close affair in the first half, but when we swapped sides, it was clear Godflick had the reads, had the plays, and their composition was overall just more solid in the grand scheme of things. And to be, look at him, 20-9, top of the scoreboard. And Azdak, another phenomenal player, 5 first bloods. That's exactly what you want from your single duelist. And himself alone, Aztak, look at that, 5 first bloods. And you look at the other side of things. Look at the Jet and Reyna. Together, they have 2 first bloods. It just goes to show, right? You don't really need to have multiple duelists to get first bloods. You just need to set up your duelist to get those first bloods, and you will be successful.
Yeah, and I think the rest of the players on the side of Godflick have been doing that, like, so much so, especially Box and Nobody Knows as well. Their utility usage has been nothing short of great throughout this whole map, and you see how they use it to try and get each other and other players as well in off angles that would catch the players of JKJ off guard. And by playing these off angles and with Tabi's and Azdak's phenomenal performance on this map itself, they close it out in a dominating fashion. 30-6 scoreline. We're heading into map 3 of Bind in a bit, but we're gonna go for a short break, so stay tuned for that.
Enemy remaining.
flashing lights dance with fire in the night. I'm wired. Watch the time pass us by. Is this feeling lying? Could you pass the lighter? Yeah, I'm trying to keep my cool. Nicotine in my veins, flaming up desires. What am I supposed to do? Cause it feels so good. Feeling wild like a zoo. Put me in a mood. Put me in a mood. Maybe I should've known that it ain't real. How'd you know how to get into my feelings? You're a trip giving me hopeless solution. Hopeless solution. Baby, I should've known that it ain't real. How'd you know how to get into my feelings? You're a trip giving me hopeless solution. Hopeless solution. Hopeless solution. Hopeless solution. You're a trip giving me hopeless solution. Hopeless solution. Yeah. Moving through all my feels, you're blurring up my vision. Watching your every smile like your television. In your eyes I see myself, I'm falling. Make it make sense, it must be the temptation speaking. What am I supposed to do? Cause it feels so good. Feeling wild like a zoo. Put me in a mood. Put me in a mood. Maybe I should've known that it ain't real. How'd you know how to get into my feelings? You're a trip giving me hopeless solution. Hopeless solution. Maybe I should've known that it ain't real. How'd you know how to get into my feelings? You're a trip giving me hopeless solution. Hopeless solution. Hopeless solution. Hopeless solution. Maybe I should've known that it ain't real. How'd you know?
Welcome back once again to Cloudy's Valorant Tournament Season 3 here. My name is Grammy and joining me today is Cold, and we've witnessed the two maps between the teams here that we have today, JKJ as well as Godflick. We've seen Breeze, we've seen Ascent, and now we make it to map 3 of Bind. How do you feel about this?
I honestly felt like the side of Godflick kind of just woke up, right, in the second map. It seemed like JKJ just had them by the strings on Breeze. And honestly, in the first half, they did show a bit, they did show signs of a resurgence from JKJ. But at the end of the day, to be S-Stack, Master, they all just pitched in, did their best, did their roles well, and they won out the map of Ascent. Of course, Ascent difficult to attack, but their utility, their game plan, the way they rotate around the map was brilliantly done, and I'm hoping to see this sort of play coming into the map of Bind, because we know Bind can be a rotation heavy map. You have the potential to fake with teleporters, fast rotates, and potentially even flank. So I'm excited to see what's the philosophy between these two teams. We've seen an aggressive duelist centric philosophy. We've seen a more default slow map control philosophy from Godflick itself. So jumping into the map immediately, right? Going into the agent selection, I'm curious to see what agent select we're gonna have. Will JKG actually stick by their double duelist compositions, or will they go for something a bit more traditional?
I think they might look to switch it up here. And already on the side of Godflick, we already see the chamber being locked in as well as that sky. And Aztec now from the jet over to the chamber, his shots have been nothing less than clean. And heading on over to the chamber itself, I think it will make him even more potent in a sense, and it opens up the opportunity to give like other players to go in for the duelist role instead. And on the side of JKJ though, Brimstone already locked in the Reyna hover, chamber hover, as well as the Sage. It seems like we might see a double sentinel setup here.
The Sage is useful to go for a nice quick plant, right? You don't have to use too much brains behind walling the A site and then getting that spike down pretty
Choose your
fast. It
agent.
avoids the danger of fighting someone towards showers. You can play a little bit more one-dimensional, but against a team that is expecting that sort of play, they will break your wall down really fast. So we'll see if each team can adapt to each other's Sages. Reyna actually picked up, so they are just sticking to that tried and true Reyna arena in every single map so far. Excited to see how this one will pan out. Of course, we know that Sky has a bit of changes as well, right? A bit of a nerf to the flash. You can't really pop flash for yourself too much as effectively as you could last time. So now I'm expecting to see Box do a bit more of team flashes, right? Pop flashes for your teammates, not necessarily for yourself. So yeah,
think
jumping straight
this is
in, pistol round.
Pretty interesting though. We have a Raze on the other side, on the side of Godflick, and I think Raze is one of the meta agent picks for the map of Bind itself, because her utility is just so good
That's
in
true.
clearing out those close corners, especially like in Hookah or U-Haul. And as a Reyna, you don't get the luxury of clearing out corners of utility. Instead, you have to face clear everything, and that's
Yep.
why is the Reyna into the Fate itself. Fate has so much recon ability with the Prowler as well as the Haunt. But it's interesting to see. I think it's interesting to see how this will play out, because usually you see Raze and Fate instead of Reyna and Fate, right? Because the Raze utility can capitalize off the Fate utility can capitalize off Razes really well. So I guess we shall have to see how this Reyna into the Fate is gonna play out.
Yeah, look at this passive setup again, coming from Godflake. Same game philosophy, same approach. Very controlled, very measured. Just waiting for aggression because they know, right? This is the aggressive composition coming in from JKJ. But Box, the first one to answer. It's a fantastic series of frags for JKJ, however, because stacked 3 players towards that side itself. But I mean, regardless, still a 1-to-1 trade. The majority of the attackers actually flooding towards the B side, and there's only one player, blah blah, here to receive.
Just find the first, the second as well. The spike falls. They are now aware of where it is. And Great Naga is able to catch a timing on Nobody Knows. The cycle comes in as well. 1v2 situation here for Aztec. He does have the time, the luxury of time to try and go in for this
Wow.
rotate through the teleporter as well.
30 seconds left.
And this just means that he's able to play this post plant pretty safely. He's able to get a spike down, has the rendezvous to work with, as well as the rest of the players from the side of JKJ rotate back in onto the side.
With teleporters useless now, there's a flank coming into our showers. Aztec here. The timing does not favor him. Expected the enemy to be a bit further away than where he expected. Yeah, despite him having the free side itself, he just could not isolate those duels well enough, and the first round garnered for JKJ.
And I think right now both these teams are really feeling the pressure and the tension, because this is the third map of the lower bracket itself, and whichever team wins this is going to make it into the next stage, the lower finals itself. But the losing team is gonna get knocked out here. So both these teams, they have a lot on the line. and they really want to be able to play this to their full potential coming into this next round itself. JKJ not letting an inch up to the players of Godfrey. They're gonna go in for this full buy, Spectres all across the board as well as full shields.
It's different from what they did last time, right? Where it was the Vandals with half armor for most of their players. This time around, it's just Spectres that's good enough because these close range duels should be successful for them. It's the first frag Grey Naga, fantastic job done, but the spike's still stuck in towards the U-Haul position. They're kind of flooded, or they're kind of stuck in that area. They can't really get that spike plant because the defense are all here. Oh, chill out, just
Down.
yeah, just 2 players remaining and they're stuck behind this sky smoke. Towards showers,
Enemy
the
remaining.
defenders swarm the side and Smith to spot him out together with the Prowler. Is fantastically done. And JKJ stretched their legs 2-0 now.
I like that peek from Naga. He was like, dismissed, hello there. And then he just went back out and the Prowler came through. And a double swing coming in from Naga as well as Tino. Just enough to take Box out. And 2 points on the board for the side of JKJ. Definitely a good start, but I think this is where their composition and their synergy will be like tested, because this is gonna be the full buy round coming in for the side of Godflick. As a judge in the mix, nobody knows. He went in with a shorty last time around, but this judge might be the key to opening up the site.
Don't really mind the judge, especially if it's just going to be playing towards this U-Haul position. It's a fantastic adaptation instead of going for the rifle.
Spike
And they're
planted.
just going with a full-on execute, and they do so effectively. There's a flank actually coming in towards the back lines. A short Box on an elevator angle, and Chill Out won't be able to find anything more. They hear the TP as well. As the execute of the rest of his team is coming towards the side, blah blah. Facing a gut against a very dangerous crossfires, and the attackers actually hold a very strong post-plant position right now.
That's the Empress invested as well by Naga here. 2v4 situation. The guiding light notes down the position
Oh.
of the enemy players, and they off the back of that incendiary, able to take out Chi all up to Naga. Can't find anything else off the back of the sky, so he's gonna go and try go in for one though. That's all he can find. He's gonna fall to the spike as well, but overall, I think pretty good, pretty solid round for both teams here.
Well, the bonus doesn't get them too much. A little bit of damage is decent, but not too much to write home about, right? Rifles available for both teams, a judge on each as well. And I'm curious to see where Tino is going to put his judge to play, because he isn't really a raise or an agent that can teleport out of there, right? When as a Fade, you don't really have an escape utility. So I'm expecting him to just play a close range angle and just play that position to perfection.
Oh, this aggression coming in from Chi. He's aware that he does have the rendezvous to work with, able to find that pick on to nobody knows. That's the race. The duel is out of the question. Pictured here. To be trying to find what he can, but he's gonna get headshot by Chi up in heaven. Down to a 3v5 situation here. Naga still has control over showers. Box coming in, checking every angle, everything diligently. He does get caught out for a second, but eventually able to reset his spray back over to Naga.
Just pulling on the brakes, right? It's a 3v4. With a man disadvantage, you really would like to get one more pick before you choose to go which side you want to. It's 2-2 split. Make that 2-1, because she just goes down to the head of to the shot of Box, and there's just one player. Chill Out at the back of the site itself. The Seekers reveal the positions, and he's taking up a heads-up duel, taking on the side of Dak.
30 seconds left.
It's a slow approach. The rotation's got to be coming here nice and fast, swift. As Spike goes down behind the wall of the Sage.
Spike planted.
Box actually finds frag onto Tino as well. So advantage now in the hands for the attackers. They just have to play the crossfires, essentially make sure that they always have someone to trade. Fantastically done. Box on for the ace as well, blah blah. Knows that the Sage is probably towards showers, and the U-Haul position of Box was noted earlier on. It's a difficult crossfire that he needs to evade from. The pop flash coming in. It's a fantastic ace coming in from Box. despite the nerf, he's still able to full blind the Sage and take him out. And Box. What a round. I mean, we've seen him have so much success on Ascent as the KO, and now switching over to the Sky doesn't seem like that has affected his ability to frag out whatsoever.
I mean, if that round was anything to consider, definitely not. That Ace was phenomenal coming out from Box, and I think an interesting thing that I would like to point out was that the slow orb and incendiary combination towards showers to try and
You
deny
want to play? Let's
Master from
play.
that plant. Even though it didn't make its mark, I think it's a pretty good use of utility in combination with each other.
Just a little bit off the mark, right? Unfortunate that it didn't really connect too well. But still, A-side seems to be the name of the game. They love to execute towards this position of the map, and it's been successful so far, so just go ahead with it. And oh, it's going to be a Showers Crunch. Naga goes down without a single pip in the round. This incendiary, the utility usage, so effective, flushes out
Spike planted.
the user with the shotgun. Puts him in a very, very unfavorable situation, and the flank should have been noted in a matter of seconds. Spots out the trip, but it's the last one standing. Aztec found 2 fantastic shots with the Tour de Force, and this thrifty round should yield absolutely nothing.
At this point, all you can go for is exit frags, especially with a Bucky. It's
Oh,
not
watching
what
every
you
single
feel.
corner.
Flawless
Okay,
round.
flawless.
Okay.
Nicely done, full on execute. It seems like the side of JKG just aren't able to stop an A execute. Round after round. Even though they stall out the execute for a certain amount of time, Godflicks just are able to readapt, right? Re-engage that side itself. And despite stacking a couple of players towards it, they're able to they're essentially completely red. That satchel coming in from nobody knows to pincer the person in showers. That was the only person that was in front of the Sky Smokes. But a switch up this time. 4 players. It's a 4-buy round, but there's 4 players towards the B side itself. And the read is good. Flushed out by the nades, but no chill out, just takes the hits up. Mules, nobody knows finds one, but still chill out remains steadfast and tall on the site. What I say? Hookah. That is his domain, he will control over it. Information garnered as well. The resurrection puts them into a 2-man advantage. And they should have the luxury of winning out this round. It shouldn't be a loss whatsoever. It's such an advanced position from Chill Out. This rotation has been completely red.
Yeah, and with Chi still anchoring down his A side, waiting for the cross.
Uh-oh.
Chill Out, a little bit of an awkward altercation there. He does get spotted out by Aztec, so
That
that's
one
one
kill causes a
thing.
rotation back. Look, the Reyna coming back over towards the B side.
They found my trap.
The Trailblazer spots out the location of Chi.
30 seconds left.
Forced back off of this angle, the spike plant, able to go down right here on the A side
Spike
itself. It's a
planted.
3v4 situation for the players of Godflix. Still holding the ground right now, and Aztec able to find one and get out of there with that rendezvous. Down to a 3v3. Behind this barrier of 2 players on the side of JKJ, they're gonna get spotted out by that taunt. Well, Green Naga trying to find what he can, but Aztec and Box are the ones who find those frags, and Aztec is the one who shuts Green Naga completely down. And 4 points on the board, and what was essentially a round that should have been won by JKJ just got turned around
my.
like on its head.
What was the man about? It was a 5v3. It was a 5v3. You had so much information. Chill out. The first person to fall, the first domino to fall a victim to the lurk from Aztec. And then one by one, they all fell. They all lost their duels. They have a tour de force this time, so maybe that can be an answer to all their problems. You can find a pick. Could be the answer to this one. A low buy has to be off of the back of a fantastic series of events from Chi.
so much chip damage. Oh. He's gonna be able to get his spike plant down behind this barrier orb here, and Naga still able to find one in the midst of things. Today gets taken out. And down to a 4v3 situation here. Aztec ready to receive this rotation coming in, but it doesn't matter. Tino able to catch him off guard, down to a 2v4. Behind this barrier orb, they're gonna get knocked out. And completely deep right. Oh my gosh, what a play coming in. Both these players chill out as well as Blavla just behind this barrier orb. What was that? Oh, okay. That was
They were
just...
walled in, slowed down, smoked out, and altered on.
I don't know if they were like trapped behind the wall
I think
because
the
it was
sage wall blocked them a
angled.
bit.
Yeah,
it was
I think
angled.
so.
It was
It was angled and then it just was stuck
they
there.
just stared at each other like, well, I mean, NT guys. I mean, the ult from Chi, I don't think it got a single kill, right? But it didn't matter because, again, the aggressive play from JKJ is what wins them rounds. But we're not seeing that sort of aggressive play. They're playing very passive on their full gun rounds, and it's not been working out for them. It's always these low buys that they found victory. And it's because they take a bit more risk. They play a bit more loose, a bit more together. And that's what they need to do in their regular gun rounds. This is exactly like, look at this. This push from Belong,
Oh,
fantastic.
wow.
Information garnered.
That is so
And
much
they should
information.
Yeah, but they gotta be careful around these corners. They are just waiting. They are just waiting for these kinds of aggressive pushes to be not gonna get caught off guard. Chill out. Spotted by the trip.
Got your trail.
Again, similar position goes down. And what is this Godflick? The patience, ability to just catch these aggressive pushes have been so good in their favor. And the Seekers revealed that there's hardly anyone on the A side itself. So rotations again. Fooled, pants upon. It's Godflick. They seem like they're in complete control. I say that though, Chi wants to turn things around. The retake has to be called for. But look at the flank. Just buy time, nobody just needs to buy time. The teleporter comes around and Aztec reveals his position. And although the Ray's ultimate, the showstopper doesn't get anything. It's the positions and the luck that comes in fruition. Aztec, fantastically done. Grey Naga though, it's a 1v3 that's required from him. Spots on one of the players, but the satchel peak is devastating and running out of ammo is not a good situation to be in regardless.
And that's the aggression coming in from JKJ just completely shut down. It seems like Godflick just have this book of JKJ strats right open and then like, okay,
Yeah.
they're gonna come out this round on a full buy round when they haven't really done it before, and we're just gonna sit here and wait. And that's exactly what they did, and it completely paid in dividends. And what the reads for Godflick are just
I've been on point this whole
insane.
series, to be honest.
Yeah.
I love the approach to the round, the philosophy, right? The way they execute these passive rounds. Usually, I get super antsy when you just wait as the attacker for such a long time. But it's been working out so perfectly for them. It's very well rehearsed.
Yeah, and that essentially will stall any aggressive pushes that the side of JKJ have for them, because if you get caught once, you're not as willing to do it again, and
Yep.
it's kind of exactly what's happening right now. Even though they're on a lower buy, they're not as willing to go out and take those early gunfights anymore. That just gives so much space inside of Godflix to work with.
Spike
Nobody knows,
down
already
A.
sattling on the way to site. She does find one, but Box with the trade. 4v3
Spike
situation right now.
planted.
With all this utility coming in, nobody knows. Position hasn't been
It missed.
yet. Oh, the shots don't connect though. Blavla's just able to take him out down to a 3v3.
One enemy remaining.
Box and Aztec connect all out to chill out in a 1v2 situation. That's Orbital Strike invested as well, but Aztec from behind these boxes gets caught out. Down to the 1v1 between both these Brimstones, and Chill Out is the one who's able to land the nail in the coffin onto B, but there's just not enough time for him. Time is completely not in his favor at all, and still, the side of Godflix, they're able to convert the round off the back of that.
Godflix reads and plays the execute. Look at how fast the execute was on that side itself. Three frags happened in the span of 1 to 2 seconds. And although Chill Out did a fantastic job at bringing things down to a 1v1, I don't think the side of Godflix was too afraid, because the time was just so low. Even if they lost their fight, they would have still secured the round, and because they've been winning so many round after round after round, the economy is in a position where even though they lose all their players, they can just rebuy.
Chill Out though, carrying that momentum from the last round itself, he's not afraid to go in and aggressive. As the duelist down on the side of Godflix. This corner goes unchecked by Box, even though he gets flashed out the Stinger, making it work. Down once again through a 3v5 situation, but it's in situations like these where Godflix thrive, right? You've seen them in situations like these, the resurrection to come through as well, giving them even more of an edge. With these lower buys that the players of this judged by, in fact, he's gonna get caught out.
Why do you need to jiggle peek that? It was the judge. I mean, mistakes, Chill Out, caught in the middle of no man's land. He gets one, but you're a Brimstone, you can't really escape too fast. Into the side itself, this is a awkward angle. Chi does answer with one back, so 2v3. And they take the teleporter, no, around the flank. He's coming in, Grey Naga on his little lurk. Does manage to drop the spike in the midst of things, and Aztec now, 20 seconds on the clock. I think they know his position is somewhere around this position. Yeah, confirmed, and I don't think they're gonna give him too many more opportunities to get back into this round. That's the first and the second, but there's not enough time. Just need to hide. And Naga plays things to perfection. Wins off the back of time alone.
Here.
Was once again another close round between both these teams, and they're really not giving an inch to either of these teams here. And what this means is that essentially the economy for both these teams don't look as good as they should be. As Godflix, they do have 6 points on the board, but the economy not looking too good. Master has to go back on a lower buy, the Stinger.
Master's on 0 and 6. I just want to point that out. His team is winning 4 and 6, but he hasn't got a single frag yet. He's just been the designated bomb planter or the spike planter. I mean, if that's all you need to do, and it works, I mean, just keep doing it, right? He's just been holding on to the spike, getting that wall down, getting that spike planted. His teammates just making sure that he doesn't go down in the midst of things. Still with the res as well, but Blah Blah actually realizes that there's usually only one player outside of Hookah, takes that aggressive duel, wins out with the judge. Don't see that too often, but a kill is a kill, and that's your smoker down. It's gonna be an A finish, right? 3 players towards the Shadow's position. Pop flash in, Tino up on bat. Goes for the spray and pray, destroys the wall, but Master finds his first kill off the back of a weird series of events. Gets caught out in the midst of things, but somehow still manages to get a couple of kills. Grey Naga gets traded out, and the showstopper just to buy themselves a little bit more time.
30 seconds left.
Barely gets it in the nick of time, unable to escape though. And so the 2v2 post plant has to be called for. Resurrection coming in.
And both these players on...
No!
Oh!
No!
What?
He did the TP by accident.
Oh no!
Box, it's all on you. It's all on you. It's all on you. You have...
Last player standing.
Oh my gosh, wait. No, don't tell me it's a Wi-Fi issue again.
Yes, the ping is skyrocketing.
Last round
Oh.
before the switch.
No wonder he took the TP. That's so unfortunate. They definitely could have stood a chance to win that one, but
NTC.
that that is a heartbreaker. That is a soul crusher, to say the least. And it's not even their fault. But I guess on the bright side, it was a 4v2, so it was gonna be pretty difficult regardless. But again, I mean, these things out of anyone's control, right? It's just super unfortunate that these things happen. You just gotta take it on the chin and just focus on the rounds ahead.
I mean, this is gonna be the last round and a half, so both these teams, they have one more shot to try and regain momentum in a sense where they could, the side of JKJ, they could even out the scoreline, or Godflix can just try and take it home in this half itself, try and gain an advantage in this half. And Box, he seems like he's woken up from his slumber, just shaking his head, like,
Taking the lag away.
yes, she.
Yeah, but full gun rounds for both teams. They can afford that spike planted. They can afford for a bit more, a little bit more utility. And ooh, Greynava off the bat of that Roomba, the little boom bot is the indication for him to pop the Empress, the ultimate that could go absolutely nuclear. Finds the first one, dismisses away like a ninja in the night. Out of there, finds an assassination onto the smoker. And this is gonna be difficult now. You don't have smokes to execute into the site itself. What is the call coming in? A dry peek from nobody. Finds onto the stage as well. They know that there's at least one more player here, and the wall just to buy him a bit of avenue to get out of there. And they can kind of reset, right? Just see what's being offered to them, because it's a very, very dangerous task to just execute onto a site where they know you are coming from. And she, oh my gosh, she's gonna have so many players just lined up in front of him. Do they hard clear him? They do! They do!
Got your trail.
In what situation would you check that? But the discipline that these players have, they check him and they take him out. Box good for one, and the Seekers come
30
through as
seconds
well.
left.
It's the rotations, the teleportation back towards this B side. Naga, he's gonna be able to try and cause some damage, but the spike plant is gonna go down on this B side. They
Spike
do.
planted.
You know where
There
everyone
was
is.
a
The
nice
Seekers.
invested as well, and not much utility left for these players. There's a Prowler.
Last player standing.
It's not gonna matter because Aztec is already so far pushed up and it's all up to Naga in a 1v4.
Yeah, and Box as the Sky already cleared out the entirety of CT. There's only one place that he could be coming from. Aztec will close out the round. So, honestly, props to Aztec for hard clearing that. That is an
Switching
angle that
sides.
not many people will bother to clear. And because of that, like I mentioned, right? Playing that teleporter, faking your enemies out, is one avenue to success. And it's the hallmark of a very good team, a very good calling from the IGL. And so yeah, the game philosophy, the approach coming in from Godflick is so brilliantly done. And now swapping sides, JKJ, can they replicate that sort of success that Godflick did? Can the aggressive style of play, you know, be the answer, the key to this attacking half?
We do have Arena in the mix and already seeing so many players, this death ball running right in his direction. Aztec has to fall back off his angle. The barrier off to come through to give them a safe punt. And it's gonna be a
Spike planted.
5v5 retake in the pistol round itself. All these rotations coming in, chill out the first one. In line, try and cause some damage here. He does spot one, the right click lands, try to cause more chip damage as well.
Enemy
It's a
remaining.
meat grinder, they all fall down. It's just to be the one, a man with a couple of frags with not much HP to boot. So, okay, 6 rounds. The pistol in their pocket. JKJ successful on that one. The approach coming in towards U-Haul was much to be desired, right? That crossfire is absolutely deadly, especially when you can just spam your right clicks with the classic. It's not a close range duel that anyone would like to take.
It's a free gun, by the way.
It's a free gun, yes sir.
Yeah, those right clicks in that close range fight really showing off the strength of that weapon itself. That versatility. And this time around, once again, fast execute coming in for each player's master, blocked behind his barrier orb as well. As nobody knows, he does have a shorty in his hand. Not so keen to push the issue in this situation, but the spike plant is to go down right here. Tino good for one, and oh my! Imagine just peeking into like 4 shorties. But great Naga though.
He's
Good
actually
recovery, picks up 3, and he's so low. Boss can't do anything but fall, and once again JKJ to even up the scoreline.
full on executes, right? Rush A again. And it's been working. Grey Naga, as the Reyna, is so potent when he gets multi-frags because of that heal, right? The Devour coming in from the Reyna is actually so deadly, especially in those close range duels. Can dismiss out of there as well. So in that instance, right, in that regard, the Reyna is not a bad pick. The only issue is with the Leer, because the Leer can get blocked off on multiple angles. Bind is a relatively close range map. It's a lot of angles, but again, heavy presence towards A, but majority of the players from Godflick is actually towards the B side. And it could be the correct read, although as I say that, the rotations being called for up and above. S-Stack, fantastic job. Finds the first one.
Enemy down.
Swings out.
Though. Off the back of the dead incendiary, chill out, good for 1, evens it back up to 4v4 situation. Box the only one on site, trying to do what he can, but unfortunately eventually will fall to Tino as they get a spike plant down as well.
Spike planted.
As these players go for this retake to be good for 1. Master as well comes up to the
One
Prowler.
enemy remaining.
Sage v Sage. Master's position is noted, but it doesn't matter. He swings out, takes the fight onto Blah Blah. And wins it, in fact. And
Sage v Sage.
Sage.
I mean, he was stuck there. There was nowhere else that he could come. It could have been coming from. He heard the reload, low HP as well, but he still just wide swings. It just wins out the 1v1. That's heartbreaking coming in from the side of JKJ. They had everything in place. They knew the read and they knew exactly where it was going to be coming from. But still, the shot bit off the mark, and they have to pay dearly for it. It was a close round though. I will give them that. It was their bonus, and they did make things very expensive for the side of Godflix. And look at that. Reservations has to be called for. Not a lot of great utility or weapons, but up on deck. S-Stack with a nice frag instantly. The Nightfall actually used up trying to get an advanced position. The orbital strike now used on the other side of things. They really want to steal this round away. The judge sings true. Nobody knows. Knocks one down out of the round. And a man advantage actually from the side of the defender's master. Reveals his position towards that showers area. Breaks down that sage wall. It makes the plant so much more difficult. But they can take the teleporter towards B, but they have to go across this little field of rifles staring in their face. What's the call? They call for a bit of a pause. Hoping that the defenders have a step out of line, but nobody. That's true. And the judge successful. Finds the second to last kill as she is stuck in one of the worst positions you could ever find yourself on an A side. It's 1v4. Spike in his hands, but I don't think he's gonna have any chance of escaping
30
this
seconds
position.
left.
Look at the
Really
discipline
counting. Yeah,
coming in
discipline.
from Godflix as well. They're not peeking. They're aware that he could be somewhere here on the site itself, and they're
10
not
seconds
giving him an
left.
inch at all.
Is he just gonna save here? No way, right? They're gonna hunt him. Surely. Around the corner. Yeah, gets taken down. So a rough buy from the side of Godflakes actually yields victory. They only had, what was it, one rifle? One or two rifles? Sheriffs, Headhunter, Judge. And they make it work, right? They had the ultimates. They used the Orbital Strike. And that just bought enough time for the rotates to come in.
Yeah, 3 ultimates utilized on the side of JKJ to yield absolutely nothing. And that orbital strike coming in from to B essentially just pushed one of the players, I think it was Chill Out, into the Judge. And off the back of that, JKJ, they don't have the economy to work with anymore. They have to fall back on low buy. Sheriffs all across the board, as well as a Stinger in the mix.
JKJ has been stalled out. And they realize, Godflakes realize that they want to go for aggressive, fast pushes. And if they don't get that, what is their plan B? They have the better utility on the side of Godflakes, so they can literally bleed the clock. They have gotten in a very advanced position though. Master a bit preoccupied. Cook gets caught on his retreat back, and yeah, exactly that. Chill Out. Somehow snuck his way all the way into the middle of the side itself. Nobody goes down. Judge in hand. No kill found, and the A side just suddenly lost.
Spike planted.
Not only that, Chill Out, now he has a weapon
Oh.
to play with in this close, tight angle. Catches the third onto the B.
Smoke's down.
It's come to a 2v5 situation here for the players of Godflix. He's hungry for the ace, but unfortunately Box is not going to give him anything at all. Shuts him down. But still, 4 players alive on the side for JKJ. Definitely a very good eco round coming through.
Again, another eco round for
Oh my
JKJ.
God.
They always win those low buys, those eco thrifty rounds, but when it comes down to the gun rounds, they don't have the same philosophy, and that's kind of biting them in the back. Right? This aggressive pushes have yielded success. A contact play up on site was a beautiful read. But unfortunately, they can't replicate this kind of success in their gun rounds.
Oh, they changed it.
Champions. Oh yeah.
Oh.
Champions of VCT recently. We'll see if JKJ can be the champions in this round. Immediately pushed off the margin. The AWP rings out true. But the paint shell damage as well. But there's 3 players here to receive. It's going to be a tall task.
Position out, he's good for one, and he finds another. Nobody knows he's good for one as well. And off the back of this showstopper, he has the spike in his control. Chill is trying to salvage what he can. It doesn't connect? What just happened? And the orbital strike does. Now it's numbers advantage handed over to the side of JKJ as he tries to get a spike planted down, but Chill Out is not chilling out at all. 4 kills in a round already. Finally, he does get shut down, but it's Judge though to be 2 players left ahead of him.
Beacon here.
Team B is taken, utilized as well, trying to clear out each and every of his angles. Close corner spots him out, but the shot does not connect. Cheat take him out, evening out the scoreline once again. JKJ.
How did the showstopper miss?
I don't know. There were 2 players there.
I swear, there's been a judge in almost every single round on both sides. And it's working. It's working so well. Chill Out single-handedly pulled his team, kicking and dragging across the finish line. 25 and 13 as the controller Brimstone. And you kind of expect the Chamber and the Reyna to be the ones top fragging, but it's your steady player, your steady aimer. Chill Out. Fantastically done again. A site. Name of the game. This time nobody knows with a Sting instead of a Judge. Has a couple of hot shots, but he has to go for a retake. control mostly given over to the attackers now. Nice
Stinger
frag found by
doesn't
Gray.
work. It doesn't
Yeah.
work as well as the judge now. Oh no. The master, shorty in hand, now has a stinger. Will it work the second time around? It does not. Chilla Naga hit the mark.
One enemy remaining.
And it's a complete shutdown of this defense. As JKJ find a flawless round to bring them to double
Interesting.
digits.
There was a trademark, the chamber trademark in defender spawn. Don't really see that too often. That's pretty interesting. Yeah, I noticed it at the end of the round. It was actually where the chamber is right now, right in the spawn. It was literally right there. So I guess they're really scared of a full around the world flank, which is interesting. But regardless, now gun rounds available for both sides. As Zach has that tour de force in hand, he will be watching towards that hookah position. For the time being, nobody there to receive. Yeah, deep smoke, deep sky smoke gives them a lot of real estate to work with. Godflix should note that there's quite a lot of players there and buys them quite a bit of time, right? They have to invest utility, clear out these corners, time as well.
Smoke's down.
Down A.
A lot of utility coming right in the faces of JKJ right there. Trying to stall their execute and spike. It hasn't gone down just as of yet. Numbers advantage given over to the side of
You want to play?
Godflix.
Let's play.
And once again evened out 3v3 situation.
Spike planted.
Twitter force on both sides. Ready. Sting the Empress gets shut down by Azdak. It's all up as well as Blabla here. The resurrection to come through as well as Blabla gets caught out. Mastered. Good for one. First of nothing else. As Master completely shuts him down once again. These two teams have been going back and forth for this whole series, and this map is no different. Now it's back to a tie, the 10-10 scoreline. And
Yeah, well, looking at the side of JKJ, right? They had they can control the site, right? They get control of the A side most of the time. They get the spike planted, but it's in their retake, right? They don't have as much utility available as the other side do. With that Reyna, you have to be aggressive as well. And again, it's going to be an A side execute. Mostly just executes coming in from the side of JKJ. And with the orbital strike, they're all stuck towards this shower's position, hard behind the walls, and blah blah goes down.
that's the stage as well. That means Tino, he's not gonna have an opportunity to try and heal back up. And so much pressure coming in from the side of Godflix here. All these players, they have to fall off this angle, but there's no more map control left to them. This is what happens when you have such a heavy execute on literally one
side of the
point,
map,
one
right.
side of the map itself. You give up so much more in terms of map control.
And nobody knows in a great position to catch any players trying to lurk out, trying to contact play, assisted by Box as well. This crossfire is deadly. Finds the first, swings upon Box. Actually can't get a frag. Nobody left alone to his own devices. Still gets a kill with the satchel itself.
One enemy remaining.
And the nade actually catches on to Tino.
30 seconds
I
left.
mean, he was on 1 HP, but he could run away though. Here's the running player of the last. Reyna. Position is noted, but with that trademark still available outside hookah and the sage on B, they can still invest most of their forces here. And with that op raining down hell from heaven, 11 rounds now guarded for Godflix.
And I think JKJ, they have to switch something up, something right now, because their 5-man pushes are not working out. It's either they get caught by the paint shells, or they get caught by auto strike, or any sort of damaging utility where it does so much chip damage on them that when they eventually execute on the site itself, all it takes for Godflix is just a couple of stray bullets to take them out.
Fake? Ooh, interesting. Chill out. Using his orbital strike on U-Haul, but his team is nowhere there to capitalize on the space that they gained. Instead, Dark, yeah, and he reads them like a book. Caught out, a jumping Sage lands in the face of Master as they try to accelerate towards the side itself, and they should be able to get control of it, and the retake has to be called for. Nightfall gonna be called for. The Grey Naga in a 1v1 duel. Tabi actually finds the first one, and the frag slowly favoring the defenders now. Chill out. The man who's done everything gets nothing. Blah blah. The one to answer back. There's a player in hookah. They have to be careful of their no gates. Caught out Tabi. Molly in hand. And with the last two players coming out from CT, Tino has to go above and beyond. Nothing else. Just wide swings. It gets revealed in the midst of things. Both players there trading each other out, and it's 12 rounds now garnered for Godflix.
No fireworks today, I'm afraid.
Match point
Teleport's ready.
and series point up on the board for Godflix right now. They really want to take this home, take this victory into their pockets, and off the back of that round, the economy definitely not looking so good for JKJ anymore. They're still able to afford rifles across the board, but Naga this time around has to opt for the half shoots as well as Chi. The Bulldog coming through. Will it be enough to try and stem the bleeding at this point in time is the question, with Azdak taking, once again, such an advanced position. Itself. The shot lands, blah blah falls. A Sage, the resurrection out of the picture once again. That's another one going beyond Azdak. He's looking to find so much more off the back of this operator that has brought him so much value, and this Trailblazer, I don't think it spotted Naga out.
Teleport's ready.
It's a very tall task. It's a 3v5. They have no ultimates. Up against the two of Godflix, they have an op in hand as well. No map control. I mean, they do have showers, but that Sky Smoke just buys them even more time. That trademark reveals the positions. How do you get past this box through the smoke?
Adding insult to injury right now. Through the smoke, box finds one.
30
That's
seconds left.
the recon down as well. No more information for you, but Naga and he trying to answer back, trying to find what they can. Down to a 2v3 situation. But still, Aztec, he's still holding onto this angle, and finally it pays off! Off from the top of truck, able to land the nail in the coffin to send JKJ home. And Godflix, they take the whole series and make it into the lower finals.
What a map coming in from Godflix. Chill out. Top of the scoreboard for his team. Unfortunately not good enough, as Aztec puts his team on his back. 28-12. Very, very dominant performance coming in from him. Such a threat on that operator. And I mean, with that 4K in the last round, Nerves of Steel just holds down U-Haul. A fantastic showing coming in from Godflix. And well, these friends in the server, it was a tough fought battle. 3 maps required and going the distance on multiple fronts. But in the end, 2-1 is the scoreline, and Godflix will punch their ticket into the next stage of the brackets. They will move on to the lower finals, and the winner of that match will be qualified for the playoffs. So congratulations to Godflix. They have they've avoided elimination for the time being and stand a chance to qualify themselves. Commiserations to JKJ. They did a valiant performance, but Grammys just a little bit lackluster at the very end.
I mean, both these teams, they really put up a phenomenal performance, especially for JKJ, especially on the first map of Breeze, really showing off their aim. But Godflix, they were just able to turn things around on Ascent itself. Their attacking executes have been so good. You see this multi-pronged approach from not only just on Ascent, but on Breeze and Bind as well. You can see how much they've practiced and how it comes into play in situations like these. They were able to turn things around even when they had the numbers at disadvantage, and that was really what brought them the win this time around.
Yeah, I would say the strat book was deeper for the time of Godflix. JKJ, they were sticking to their tried and true Reyna pick. Unfortunately, that was a bit too one-dimensional, and Godflix were able to get the read most of the time. And at the end of the day, I think the better team did win in this scenario. So Godflix moving on to fight, if I'm not mistaken, the Bros, to fight for a qualifying spot in the playoffs. But this has concluded this series of the day, and we will be going for a short little break. But when we come back, we will have the next series in the day. If I'm not mistaken, it's the Lab Yi versus the Rito. And Grammys will be there to continue on the show together with if I'm not mistaken. Is that how I pronounce it? Right, okay, very nice. I did butcher that pronunciation. But yeah, we'll be going for a short little bit. But when we come back, we will have more games up for you guys. So stay tuned and don't go anywhere.
Oh, good now.
Close your eyes.
Flashing lights dance with fire in the night. I'm wired. Watch the time pass us by. Is this feeling lying? Could you pass the lighter? Yeah, I'm trying to keep my cool. Nicotine in my veins, flaming up desires. What am I supposed to do? Cause it feels so good. Feeling wild like a zoo. Put me in a mood. Put me in a mood. Maybe I should've known that it ain't real. How'd you know how to get into my feelings? You're a trip giving me hopeless solution. Hopeless solution. Maybe I should've known that it ain't real. How'd you know how to get into my feelings? You're a trip giving me hopeless solution. Hopeless solution. Hopeless solution. Hopeless solution. You're a trip giving me hopeless solution. Hopeless solution. Yeah. Moving through all my feels, you're blurring out my vision. Watching your every smile like your television. In your eyes I see myself, I'm falling. Make it make sense, it must be the temptation speaking. What am I supposed to do? Cause it feels so good. Feeling wild like a zoo. Put me in a mood. Put me in a mood. Maybe I should've known that it ain't real. How'd you know how to get into my feelings? You're a trip giving me hopeless solution. Hopeless solution. Maybe I should've known that it ain't real. How'd you know how to get into my feelings? You're a trip giving me hopeless solution. Hopeless solution. Hopeless solution. Hopeless solution. Maybe I should've known that it ain't real. How'd you know how to get into my feelings? You're a trip giving me hopeless solution. Hopeless solution. Hopeless solution.
Don't play with my heart. Just let me go. Please let me go. You like to love so hard and then you throw it away. You like to open skies and then you blame it on me. You're someone I can never be with. You joke about my flaws and weaknesses. Why'd you love so hard and then just throw it away? You opened up my heart and just to close it on me. Don't blame it on me. Don't blame it on me. So don't you blame it on me. You never knew how bad it was. Guess you never really cared because you said your parents never gave you hugs. And as a child you were never loved. You made me love so hard, but then you threw it away. You like to open skies and then you blame it on me. You're someone I can never be with. You joke about my flaws and weaknesses.